All right, well, welcome everyone to Wasted with Wize, episode 86, Salt Shaker. So yeah, I am first want to apologize for those of you tuning in and not getting the link that you normally get, but I don't have access to Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it right about now. So I don't know, I guess. So yeah, I'm doing this off of the seat of my pants. So let's see how this goes. So there we go. Anyhow, so yeah, let me go ahead and get started for tonight. Let me start off with my panelist to my right, Lord Metroid, my man. After a week hiatus, how's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
We haven't heard from him. Don't even know if he's actually here.
No, he said he was.
He died.
He died.
He died.
Okay, let me come back to him.
Like normally when someone doesn't answer is because they are dead for sure. He's not coming back.
Okay, let's go to our next panelist, the man who likes doggy. What am I tracking? My man Lemon, how's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss? We always knew you liked doggy. Can't hear you.
It would be really nice if your voice muted.
Fabio, fuck you, read lips.
Am I supposed to fucking know how to read lips?
I'm over here.
It's hard when it's blocked by your dog's tongue.
Pregnant dog. My dog is pregnant. Stop.
What does she think? You're the daddy or some shit?
Wow. Yo, fuck you.
The way she's fucking making out with you, I'm like, she thought you're the one who's
she'll
paying
lick
for
your fucking skin off if you don't stop her. I don't know what's wrong with this dog. She's pregnant. See?
Oh, okay. Is this her first pregnancy?
Yes.
Got her pregnant? Okay.
You got her pregnant.
No, I'm the one that got her pregnant. I'm gonna have him impregnate your mouth. Keep it up, Paul. Oh, he likes that.
No, what?
Now I've been trying to get this damn battle pass, man, in Call of Duty.
Let me ask you a question about that dog. What breed?
She's a Maltese.
The Maltese. Are you going to be selling the puppies or what?
Yes, sir.
You want to ship one to Alabama?
You got to get.
That can happen, right? Like
it could happen, but you got to get in line. There's a lot of people want these damn dogs.
Shit, I should have carte blanche on this motherfucker if I wanted. Shit.
Wait.
Dog. That's one out the window. My boy, I grew up with hit me. I'm driving up from North Carolina to get a dog.
No, I want.
You do got carte blanche. You just a little late this time.
Okay.
I don't know how many puppies she gonna have.
Well, let me know.
I'll see what happens. I can't promise that. My Puerto Rican side of my family's acting crazy about these dogs. I don't even think.
What were you saying, Cerebral?
I wanted you to say that French word again because you screwed it up last time. So,
what French word?
Yo, fucking Paul's hair look like my dog hair, but just so
carte blanche. Say that. He didn't say it right though. He said carte blanche.
He said some real great. I knew what he meant though.
Yeah, so did I. I just know that he said it wrong.
I said it was carte blanche. Street Fighter racing.
No, no, it's not carte. Yeah, Alabama fuckers. Yeah.
As I said, I'm a math teacher, not an English teacher, and definitely not a French teacher either. So the only thing I know about French is French fries, not even French kissing. So there you go. Now, if you have an extra dog that like you want to. Somebody doesn't buy or whatever, like, yeah.
But by the way, I want to point out to you that it is possible to send puppies and stuff through the mail. They have services and stuff that'll do that.
Yeah, I know there is a company that does it, but I remember one time looking because there was a breeder in Washington, D.C. who had a German Shepherd when I was in the market to buy one, and he had it and he was going to ship it, but the company that does all the shipping, that shit costs like a fucking arm and leg. So
yeah. Oh yeah, because they have to make sure it's all done right and stuff.
Yeah,
you can actually get German Shepherds from Germany so that they don't have the hip dysplasia problems and stuff that we have here. So yeah, it just costs you a lot of money to do that.
Yeah, next time I buy a Shepherd, I'm definitely not buying it from a local breeder because my shepherds only last. I mean, I know shepherds only live to about, big breed dogs only live maybe 11, 12 years at best. And they lived 11 years, 10, 11 years. But I don't know. I mean, just like, I think that shepherds are supposed to live a lot longer than that. So, I mean, the ones in Germany, I know they live at least till 14, 15. So,
well, and they also don't have the chronic problems that we have here. It has to do with the narrow breeding stock we have here. Basically, is what it comes down to. It's the inbreeding or the close family breeding. So
I always wanted a white shepherd. I really do. Have you ever seen a white German shepherd?
Look how long fucking Paul is alive. He had inbreeding.
Yeah. I wish I were dead, so stop it.
Oh shit!
That's why he wishes he was dead. He's outlived. He's been living.
I haven't seen a white shepherd, but I have seen a couple of solid black ones, which are also very. Which are also.
The worst thing that could happen to Paul is if somebody blessed him with to make him a Highlander. You know, I think if everyone
I would be angry. I would be fucking angry though.
I got a picture with my dog when I was a little kid. I was like 5, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All white shepherd.
Yep.
I really want one, but those things have so many health problems because they are more even inbred than the regular sable and black color ones. That like most of those only live to maybe at most 10 years of age. That's what they say online, so I don't know, but those dogs are some of the most beautiful dogs I've ever seen in my life. Those white shepherds, those snow white. Oh my God, they're beautiful. Oh. Have y'all ever seen an albino Doberman Pinscher?
Nope.
It's not white.
Wait a minute. It's not white. It's tan, right?
Yeah, it's like a light tan color. That's what an albino.
I've seen one. Yes.
Oh, those things are beautiful too. So
those are super fucking rare.
And super fucking expensive.
That's a fact. Those are rare and expensive.
Yeah, like I was when I was in the market for those shepherds, I was looking at one and I went and I priced one. First of all, the only person who I found, the only breeder for those albino ones was some guy. Actually, ironically enough, if I remember correctly, was somebody southwest. I think either in either Arizona or New Mexico, one of those places that I had to get it from. And he was charging at that time. This was like 10 years ago. He was charging $3,500 a pop for each.
That's like $15,000 a day,
or not 15,000. Yeah, but like 3,500 was a shit ton.
But I'm saying today's prices, that's like 15 grand.
Yeah, today's prices, you might exactly shit. So those things are expensive, but as much as I want to buy a purebred, like whenever I go to a shelter, I see those poor animals and I'm like, no creature should have their life determined by the fact that if a human wants it to live or not. And I think that's wrong, on a fundamental basis. So not to say that I think dogs should just be running rampant everywhere, but at the same time, I just don't think that.
So you want the ones with criminal records?
No, you definitely don't want packs of dogs running through city areas because that never works out.
Yeah, but there's something fundamentally wrong with the fact that you put this animal in a cage and basically you let them out maybe 2 hours in a day when normally they would be normally free, and then you are basically auctioning them off, and if nobody buys them in a year and a half or takes them in a year and a half, you kill them. And I think
where they do that at,
yeah. What do you mean shit? All pounds are kill pounds. What are you talking about?
Oh, pounds.
Yeah, like after a while.
No, well, there are no kill shelters that claim they don't, but
Oh shit! Montgomery's a no kill shelter, but they shipped those motherfuckers off to Prattville, and the Prattville is a kill shelter. Yeah. So what the fuck do you mean with no kill? Yeah, well they're not gonna die, but when we transport them, their ass is grass.
Well, that's like a certain animal rights group that says they don't kill anything, and you find out that they actually do kill thousands of dogs and stuff every year. So yeah. I
mean, I get it, right? I fundamentally get it from a population management standpoint. However, there is something fundamentally wrong when the AI.
What would be your answer though? Okay, what would be your answer then?
I don't know if I even have
you can't just let you can't just let packs of animals like that roam around because they get feral and they get nasty and they attack people. And that's not a good thing.
Just open up more
just mad because he can't get away.
Let's go down a slippery slope here. Let's go down a slippery fucking slope here. All right. Let's say, for example, you take all these kids whose mamas sort of give them up to adoption the day they're born.
Those assholes are feral. Okay, I'm just saying.
No, let's go ahead and let's take it down a slippery slope here. Okay, you got all these kids, right? How long are you gonna feed them before you want to kill them? 3 years, 5 years? But it's the same concept if you think about it. Like, okay, somebody's gonna buy you, and if nobody buys you, we'll kill you off.
No, that's foster care, dude. And foster care sucks.
Yeah, but foster care doesn't kill you off in the process if you don't.
But at 18, they dump you into the world, and good luck to you.
Yo, what the fuck are we talking about?
This is supposed to be a gaming podcast. What the fuck is going on?
Yo, I don't know what just happened here. I'm like,
I have no idea what the fuck is going on. But
go play my games. What are we doing?
You started this shit, man. Making out with your fucking dog.
show the dog. These motherfuckers
We're going down a morality issue.
activist.
I'm not going to do this.
Animal control center. What the fuck?
No, it's actually interesting. Go ahead.
I don't know. I like talking. I like going down. I like talking slippery slope shit. I think it's fun. I think like
you only slippery slopes you like is that Diddy work.
Yeah, that's the only time I get. At my age, if anything gets slippery, it's a fucking amazing. It's a goddamn miracle. It's Jesus's hands on it.
Well, you need to find out which baby oil that Diddy was using because apparently that stuff.
Get a tighter belt for your defense.
I can't use Johnson and Johnson's baby oil because my skin absorbs it all. It's still dry as fuck even when I put it on.
Tighter belt for your Depends.
For the Depends, Brad. You know what I mean? I'm right, Lemon.
Oh, for that, man.
All right. Let me go to my next panelist. Supernova Gaming, my man. How's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing?
It's been all right. I've been playing a little of that Balatro. Just wanted to check it out. It's all right. I don't see how it was like game of the year, all right, but it was cool.
Yeah, me either.
And then Real Gamer wanted to check out some of that GTA Online because he never played GTA 5.
Uh-huh.
And I told him online's very different. But anyway, we were trying to fuck around with that for like the last hour and got absolutely nowhere. This is just convoluted bullshit. But yeah, so that's what we've been playing for the last week.
My kid plays that game. What's the purpose of that game?
Dude, there's so much you can do on so many different types of missions, but like trying to figure out how to do it.
Fucking shoot.
Yeah, but like I would
heist,
invite him into my game, and then I would go to a mission, and then they'd be like, press right to accept the mission. I would press right to accept the mission, and it would bring me into the mission and leave him in the open world still. I'm like,
Okay.
well, what the fuck?
Did you put him into your crew?
Well, yeah. See, I haven't played GTA Online for years. So I don't remember.
You have to make him part of your crew in order for him to come in with you.
Anyway, it's all convoluted bullshit. Like,
hopefully they don't have to do that this time around, but I don't know. What's the purpose of that?
Well, no, that's the purpose of the game. Is that's how you make up a crew and then you go do jobs. And
you go do heists and steal cars and
you steal shit,
drugs, all kinds of shit.
Heist, all kinds of shit. Yeah.
You know that series? We talked about heist games, right? Do y'all remember those games? Those payday games.
Yep.
I really miss those heist games. Those games are like fun for a brief minute.
They just came out with,
but those were stupid hard. The payday games were.
Yeah, they were
I never played them. Were they? Are they hard to learn?
It's not a matter. It's not hard to learn, but they're very difficult to master.
But those games, especially if you get a team of people, those games are kind of fun to play, though. I don't know. Yeah, especially if you're drunk as fuck.
They can be for like a couple hours, then after like 4 or 5 hours, like, all right, let's do something else.
Well, I mean, I think those games are meant to be drinking games or like edible games if you're cells or something. So I mean,
it's just gross.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games. It's just like one of those games that you get better the more shots you take, I guess. So it's one of those things. So, yeah,
that's how that works.
I don't have any experience about this, but okay, if you say so. All right, my man, Mr. Fabio. Speaking of, before I talk to you and say how you're doing, what you're doing, what you've been playing, where is your boss man?
What do you mean?
His fat ass was supposed to be on. Like, I was talking to him last night when the whole fucking Twitter shit went down. He's like, I'll be there. And
Ah,
he's like,
goddamn
okay,
it,
I'll be
you're
there. And I said, bring that cunt along with you. You know, Draw and TJ, bring that son of a bitch here too. And he's like, okay, I will.
God damn it, you're
Both
talking
Beavis
about
and Butter are
Bob,
not here.
okay. I have no fucking idea where they are. Come on now. Like, I don't know. Maybe TJ is working still. He lives in Seattle. So, like, it's still, what, 3 p.m.
Shit, what
there?
do you mean he's working? The place, it rains half the time. So he's probably like drowning or swimming or rowing a boat somewhere.
No, I'm talking about Seattle, not London, my friend. Okay? Just wanna put out-
Shit. Have you been to Seattle?
No, I haven't. Thank you very much.
Shit. I guarantee you, I've been there plenty of times, and I've only been there once when there was a sun out. Just once. Every time.
Seattle's like London. It don't get really sunny out there.
Yeah, it's
Because
gloomy.
where it's in the northwest corner, it just gets a boat ton of rain and
A lot of rain. Yep.
a lot of it.
And that's why it has one of the highest depression rates in the
Suicide
country.
rates, yeah.
Well, thanks
But
for
just
that good news, Paul.
I mean, you're talking about Seattle, that and because of the Seahawks. So, like, that's just half of the reason why they are so depressed. Okay. Just...
Okay. Send all hate mail to Mr. Fabio at
I'm sorry. Like,
for somebody who's not even an American, you're a Brazilian, your ass talks a whole lot of shit about NFL.
I mean, if I am going to talk shit about any sort of team of the NFL that's not
You in Brazil?
that is not the Vikings, I am going to be talking about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You in Brazil?
Yes, I am Brazilian.
He's
I
gonna
live
talk
in
about the
Brazil.
baddies.
Yeah, I'm like,
No, I was going to talk about does he have a Brazilian butt lift?
Of course.
What the okay. Of course, that's God damn it.
he's like, shh, 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 don't say anything, otherwise my ass is gonna be tariffed. There.
God damn it.
So how's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing, boss?
Oh yeah, like I've been playing just mostly like just Halo Infinite most of the times, and my week like just way too much work coming from the doctorate. But other than that, all good, thank God.
Okay, cool. All right. So that's it. All right, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I don't. I mean, shit. I'm doing. There's no planning here, like there was planning normally. Even though it doesn't look like this podcast has a lot of planning, there is a lot of planning that does
There
happen.
is a fuck. Seriously, that's the first time you are telling me that. You seriously?
I sort of
Yeah.
corralled
You
going
do
the
a
right.
terrible job at planning, apparently.
No, he's full of shit. There's no planning. That ain't full.
Yeah.
I mean, in theory, you must be a genius in execution.
Well, you know,
you just have to mention. It's amazing.
He didn't have a chance to check icon errors updates today because he couldn't.
Oh,
Like, if it looks like there was a lack of planning, I planned for it to look that way.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right, let's go ahead. So let's start off with one of our smaller news topics today. Randy
Wait, so why?
Pitchford.
Fuck
No, I'm just gonna. I've given up on him asking me about my shit. So yeah, it's all right.
Like, not only the motherfucker is ugly, not only the motherfucker is old, but he also is a bit retarded, apparently. God
I am
damn
so
it.
sorry. Okay. I apologize. I thought everyone was done. I'm
No,
sorry. My brain ain't working.
every week.
Won't you say the truth? Won't you say the truth, Wize? You don't care.
No, that you don't care. I care. Okay,
I care what Paul do.
All right, my man. Last but definitely not least, and probably the man who keeps this show consistent and
Oh,
running.
now you're gonna kiss his ass?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's his
Well, he's
best
been
way
sitting
to
on it all day.
apologize.
It's a lot to kiss his ass. His and Supernova, they sit on it all day, so it's all swamp ass anyway. So if you gotta kiss it,
Oh shit!
I'm just imagining the South Park episode. Apologize.
they're all swamp. I gotta kiss a swamp ass, so that's going good. That's saying a lot. It's not a nice tight little. Nice shaped butt and it's just sitting there and you can bounce a dime off that bitch,
Our asses?
Yo, what the hell kind of description is that?
It's
fucking
a
black hole
flabby,
up in this bitch.
barely functional ass, swampy in nature.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
So let's see. What have I been doing this week? Well, I was doing things like playing World of Warcraft a lot until my computer went tits up yesterday, and now I'm going to deal with that. So There you go.
At least you can see them.
Look. All I want to say is this. Just because your fucking computer went on the fritz doesn't mean you had to go fucking AWOL and take Twitter down with you. Okay? I'm just saying. All right? I'm just putting it out there. You know, I mean, we feel sorry for you, but did you have to take down the fucking X service as well?
Yeah, my shit worked just fine.
So you never lost access to DMs and stuff?
On my third account? Nope.
On your third
account. Yep.
Yeah, no, my Twitter never stopped working.
Well, actually, how do you know? Because none of the rest of us could send DMs. So if you weren't getting, unless you went to check, you probably didn't even notice if the DMs were down or not. So
that's a possibility. If it was just the DMs, it's a possibility. Then yeah.
For a lot of people, it was just the DMs, including myself.
Okay.
It was just the DMs for me as well.
Yeah.
If you logged off, logging back in was impossible, and it still is impossible. I'm still not able to log into my account.
I never log off. Why would you log off?
Yeah, I don't do it either.
Yeah, because he's wise and he's stupid.
Right. I don't see you always checking this shit. You want to log back in every time you check it?
The reason was I was talking to you actually, Cerebral, in the chat, in the DM.
I know, but then you it stops working and you decide, well, I'm going to log out. I from a troubleshooting standpoint, I don't get that because the rest of Twitter was fine.
You see, I logged out because I thought that the app got somehow corrupted on my phone, so I deleted it and did a fresh reinstall, thinking that
frontal cortex got corrupted.
No, I mean that's what I thought, so that's what I did, and then I wasn't able to log in anymore. And I was like, "Fuck." Yeah, I was like, I didn't know. Yeah. Like normally, look, tech support means turn that bitch on and off again. That's all. That's what I usually do, and it works. So you know,
if any of us would know about tech support.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not a hardware guy. Okay, I'm saying all these flip flops and shit.
Well, that's not just a matter of hardware. Because the first thing I did, I noticed the rest of Twitter was working and the DMs weren't. I went, okay, it must be a DM issue. You know? So
I don't know.
I didn't. So
big brain logic.
Well, I mean, I can't. The thing is this too. I can't even create a new account. I mean, like, there's no access to that account. Period. And the one account I can access, I've not used in years, and it's been suspended. So I don't know.
I wonder why.
What'd you do?
No, it's been suspended because I didn't use it in a year. Like I used it as my primary way of getting onto Twitter a long time ago, and then I changed my handle, but I still use the same email for it.
I don't think they suspend accounts for lack of use.
Then why would they block my personal account, but not the Wize account? You would think that they would block my Wize account. So I don't know.
Are they linked together?
Yes.
If they're linked together, that's why.
Okay, well, that's probably why. But the thing is this, though. For every time I try to log when I log in the normal way, it says, it lets me log in, but then it says, you've been suspended. Then I tried logging in with Wise Old Gamer, and it says, oops, an error occurred, try again later, or some shit like that.
Because the two accounts are linked, and if one's been suspended, you're probably going to lose access to the other one as well.
But then why can't I even create a new one?
Because they're tricky fucks, and they know your IP address.
No, they're probably not doing IP tracking. If you're trying to use this, your best bet would be to even create a whole new email address, dude.
I did. I went on Gmail, created a new email handle, and then went in and tried registering that. It just
listen, I would do it, but use a VPN when you do it.
You could try it.
That's how I had to get around.
Yeah, if they're doing IP blocking, I'm surprised they get away with that still. Xbox, you should do that shit and figure it out.
I had accounts that weren't even linked, but they had the same, obviously, address, the physical address that I was doing it from, and I logged into one, and it recognized my IP address and just instantly suspended it.
Yeah, they used to problem with people in the same house with separate accounts, and the whole house would be banned, and people would get pissed off. So,
well, I mean, they can't do IP tracking because if that's the case, then none of my kids would be able to get on it, right? So, because they'd be using the same thing. It's still down. It still says that it's still down. As of, I'm watching Tom's guide right now, and it says that it was last updated 37 minutes ago, and it says that Tom's Guy says, maybe try some alternatives. With X being down, many of your internet scrolling habits are probably all out of source. If you spend much time seeking information on X, you might not know what to do with yourself. Thankfully, there are tons of Twitter X alternatives that you can try. So try Blue Sky.
So he's telling you to go to wow.
Great.
That is wow.
Yeah, I'm fucking kidding you.
I like how he says tons, and it's really only one, and there's nobody on that one. Like, what are these tons of alternatives?
Well, no, there's all the right wing ones if you want to go hang out in that neighborhood, but you know.
That's it. That's Elon is trying to funnel me to Truth Social. Yeah, because I'll be
really
like a pig and stop there. I won't stick out like a sore thumb there at all. You know.
Like
no, Gab is still there. Gab is still there as well.
Oh, okay.
What about Threads? That never took off either.
It's still there though. I know people who still use it.
Yeah, I thought Threads would have been the biggest sort of like, if you want to say competitor for Twitter, that would have probably been the biggest one because that was a sort of funded by Mark Zuckerberg. But no, I don't know what happened. So, all right, so now everyone got in. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Randy Pitchford. Did anyone else? Oh, Metroid. I went to you. You didn't say anything. Okay, so Metroid, my man, how's your week been going?
Metroid 30 minutes before the show started.
No, I wasn't here. I had to go out. Do some
30 minutes before the show started.
I was, yeah. I'm doing good. You know, still playing Returnal. Just
this
having
man
fun, man.
Plays so much Returnal. It's
yeah,
not.
We heard that shit last week. We need a new line.
Yes.
Oh fuck no! I'm over 100 hours up on that bitch.
He's got 2 more weeks of Returnal, and then he's gonna play Metroid. So
no, I just want to get all the weapon traits and get all the glyphs. I just want to complete the whole game. And then I'll be done.
Man, getting some of those glyphs is a bitch.
It's a bitch, but I'm almost done. Yeah, so great game.
Yeah.
How long have you been playing that game?
Almost 100 hours. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It sucks. My buddy Platinum, the real gamer, he's the one that platinumed it, and he was trying to like find this one last glyph to get the platinum, and like it's entirely up to the game whether or not you can get the role where that glyph even exists.
Is it one of those things that just spawns so randomly that it's just oh my god?
It is not that it's random. Every time the map rolls, all the rooms are in different places, and you may have that room or not, maybe in that location or not. Like it's completely up in the air.
Yeah, what is randomly being generated in that game? Is the rooms randomly generated, or are the connections between the rooms?
No, just the rooms. The biomes, you can access the biomes through portals. It's just the biomes themselves, they get randomly assigned.
So imagine like a hub, but every time you roll, each of the offshoots of the hub is completely randomized.
And the weapons too. The weapons also randomize, the items, the enemies, all that stuff.
Enemies, everything is randomized.
It's
so
randomized,
like if you can get a good run and like get good weapons and get good upgrades for the weapons and like have a good run, or you can get like shit weapons and then that roll is like fuck it. Like just kill me. Just kill me. This roll is shit and you'll start again.
Exactly. Yeah. But usually because you can restart the cycle. I usually don't. I just play whatever the fuck it is. I just see it as challenging myself. You know what I mean? Because you restart the cycle too much, then you're not gonna get fucking anywhere. You know what I mean?
Okay, so Retro, by the way, says Retro, welcome, my man. He says, Returnal, it took 2 years to beat it, and there was a glitch in it. There was a glitch with it too. Wize interact with chat with you fucking him. I am okay. Sorry. All right. I want to say welcome to everybody in the chat. First of all, Steve Bitko, Retro, Lesser Logic, RPG. I thought RPG was here. I didn't see him. Triple Combo. Bitch, where are you? You're supposed to be on. Fuck it. All right. So yeah. So anyhow. So Retro said that it took him 2 years to beat it, and there was a glitch in it. So yeah, and RPG said, "Hey, how?"
Yeah, so. Triple said he couldn't be on tonight. Wize told me to tell me. So
okay.
Oh, well, but he can be in chat.
I don't know, something with the UTOs. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Well, he's probably being fellacioed by some chick, right? He's a young kid, and he's probably being fellacioed, and he's like, okay, I don't want to talk on screen or be put on camera or talk. I just want to text. So.
I don't think fellatio is a word.
He said fellatio.
Fellatio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
It's actually fellatio, but you know,
fellatio, fellatio.
No, but that's what it is. But if you're talking about in the verb sense, it's fellated.
Oh my fucking lord!
He's receiving fellatio or fellatio.
Fellatio.
He's getting the BBL. Leave him alone.
He's basically getting something that none of our six. Maybe Fabio might be getting a little bit later, depending on his girlfriend's mood tonight. But
no. Actually, tonight I'm going to be able to be for a whole more. Actually.
Oh, cool. That's cool. So no fellatio for you either. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least
sad times.
Hey, I mean, look, it's not necessarily sad. Somebody fellatiated me 20 years ago, and I'm still paying for that shit. There you go.
Yeah. Anyhow. What was his name?
Yeah. What was his name? Yeah.
and how much did you pay him?
Well, I don't know. I don't know when she became a he, or when she was a he. But when I met her, she was a she already.
Well, so when it happened, he was like
he. It was probably the same she that Danny Bonaducci ran into. Yeah.
They had eyeliner.
It's the same she that's making me a sandwich right about now. There you go. Anyhow, yep. Got fellatio 20 years ago. Don't know what happened after that. Never got it again. So there you go.
She probably got a disease and died, dude. So, Oh, you don't mean what happened to her.
I mean, coming from him, yeah.
Probably mummified in some fucking museum or some shit. Yeah.
Okay.
She's in medical journals everywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Patient 0.
Oh, that's where COVID came from. Well, fuck. Okay. It's just
yeah, they got it right. It was a monkey, but it wasn't a monkey in China. It was a monkey in Alabama. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Great. There we go. We have the truth.
That's it. That's the thing. Yeah, I caused COVID. There you go. So there you go. Maybe that's why Elon banned me or some shit like that.
Yeah. It's possible.
Either that, or you refuse to get him fellatio. So
I messaged Twitter support. Why did y'all block me, bitch? You created COVID.
That $11 you pay every month wasn't enough from you. You gotta fondle his balls more, man.
All right. Okay, speaking of fondling people's balls.
Wait. So hold on. So why did you pick Salt Shaker? Because you always have some kind of connection to the topics. Why is Salt Shaker this week?
Well, it's a good thing that you mentioned it. There's a whole lot of salt being thrown this week by both Randy Pitchford and Shuhei Yoshida, both of whom were questioned about $80 price points for games, and both of them paraphrasingly said the same thing. If you're a fan, you'll pay it. Now, are they right? Yeah, I mean, Borderlands 4, if that thing comes out at $80, and if you really want to play Borderlands 4, then that's what you have to pay. That's the price of entry. That's your admissions ticket. But if you can wait, I would presume it will go down. But still, it doesn't, it took us, two generations to go from $60 to $70. And within one generation, we went from 60 to 70 to 80. So, and everyone is.
I really don't have an issue with that statement. I have more of an issue with their reasoning to why the prices are what they are, and less with them saying if you're a fan, you'll pay for it. Because that's obvious. Like anything, if you're a fan.
My issue with the statement, with the way the statement sounds, is like, well, if you're a fan, you'll pay.
I understand it. It sounds really snobby and like an asshole dick thing to say. Agreed, but they're not wrong.
They're not wrong, not at all.
No, like when it comes to business side of things, they are kind of right. But when it comes to the PR and like trying to make the customer actually buy it, this couldn't be worse. Like they basically said, go do that thing, and you're gonna do it because I told you, because you are my little bitch. That's basically what he just said. Like, go buy this game that you love so much for $80, and you're gonna do it because you are my bitch and you are going to be paying it. That's the problem.
Why is there a hard line in for 80? Why can't Randy Pitchford wake up one morning and say, well, shit, Borderlands 5.
Well, remember the first part of that whole statement was, I have no say in that, because he's not the distributor. He's not the,
the publisher.
He's not the publisher. So when you take the whole thing, I have no say in that, but if you're a fan, you'll buy it. Fuck you, man. I'm going to wait till there's a steep sale, but I ain't paying more than $25 for that bitch.
That's exactly
right. Just wait.
What does he mean that he doesn't have a say in this? He's the
because he's not the publisher.
The development.
But
he must have some sort of hat in the ring or something.
But he's not the publisher. The publisher is the one who picks the price for it.
I mean, he can express his opinion towards something, but at the end of the day, the publisher is the one who is going to truly decide. They can have like contrary opinions towards this. He can express those, but like, okay, thank you very much, but fuck you. We are still going
to... Like, for example, is I imagine that Phil Spencer would have more say over what the price of the game is than Todd Howard.
Yeah, I think, but I do think that that by him saying that means that his discussions with the publisher are, go ahead, charge $80, because if they're fans, they'll pay for it, so I don't see him at all championing, hey, maybe we should stick down to 70. No,
nobody's going to. And we said this as soon as Nintendo said we're going to charge $80 and $90 for games. Now everybody's going to do it, because why not? They're going to look at those games and be like, look at that bullshit. It looks like a fucking Nintendo 64 game. Look at our game. Why is our game worth less?
They're not all the games are worth, and I've said this before. I don't care. And they're gonna kneecap themselves, because at some point they're gonna reach a point to where, because it's all the economics of, there's that fine line between if you sell less for more, but if you lower the price, you sell more. So you've got to figure out that balancing act. And I think $80-$90 is gonna tip that balancing act.
I think that's extreme as well. But again, with Nintendo doing it, why would other people not? Is the question.
See, the problem that I have with this pricing structure is what you alluded to in passing. Games, whether you believe that it is or not, it's technically a work of art. So when you start pricing works of art differently, people intrinsically start thinking that of the value proposition of that work of art. Like, for example, you would assume that you would be paying more for something that was like a Rembrandt or a Picasso than something made by Norman Miller or some shit like that, right? So
Norman Rockwell.
Well, I mean, Rockwell would even be even higher than Miller. So but what I'm saying is that you start, like, when you start putting a number on things start, especially art, things start getting compared. Like, if you look at that's like saying, okay, you get a burger from McDonald's, it's $5. You get a burger from Five Guys, it's $15. You go to a high end steakhouse and get a burger, it's like $30. Well, obviously, the high-end steakhouse, you're going to be paying a premium price because of maybe the beef and the quality and the name and everything like that. So that's the problem that I have, because then now that games are going to be $80, what publishers, especially, and these publishers are going to do that. They're going to be like, whoa, fuck. GTA 6 came out at $80, let's just say. Borderlands 4 came out at $80. Mario Kart World came out at $80. Our game is equally as good as theirs. It should be $80 as well. So hammer it in,
Well, and then when their game doesn't sell and they go, it was below expectations. Well, yeah, dumbass. I wonder why.
Listen, I'm not advocating for $80 games, but as a customer, you have a choice. Don't fucking buy the game. Wait for a sale. It will run better. This shit irritates me to no end. Nobody's forcing you to pay $80 for the game.
Well,
just wait for us.
But
hold on. Let me finish.
Push back. Our company, the company you and I are fans of, does not discount their fucking games. So if it comes out at $80, I can see Mario Kart 5 years later being $80.
Listen, I'm
no different. If there's a game that I like, I'm going to pay the $80, right? But if there's something that I'm not interested in, then wait fucking for a sale. It will be cheaper and it will run better. No one's forcing you to buy the game. I'm not saying that $80 is a good price for any game or any platform, but at the end of the day, at least Randy was honest. He told you, hey, you're a fan, you're gonna buy it. He's not sugarcoating you like some of these fucking executives do.
I'm a fan.
Just don't buy it.
No,
it's not a matter of. First of all, you don't talk to your customers like that.
Right, it's insulting.
I'm not saying that he was right by talking like that. That's not what I said.
So he could suck all my nuts. You don't make a response like that and then.
No, you don't. I agree. It's just bad PR.
You can't get people to buy shit now. Raising the price is not going to fucking help. I don't care what game it is. And you do not talk to your fan base like we owe you something. We are paying for a product to make us happy. Some people don't want to overpay.
Yeah.
Why do people
it's gonna hurt the game. It's gonna hurt that game. I'm a hardcore Borderlands fan, and his response alone, he could suck dick.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you talking to me like that and think I'm still gonna go buy it with all this other shit to play. Nah, I'm good.
I mean, if just purely going through business practices and trying to say that if you are a fan, you are going to buy it, and like that's considered to be such an obvious thing, why did people get so mad when Escape from Tarkov had that stupid studio CEO saying it's time for us to see who are the true believers, when they decided to charge a ridiculous price for a fucking expansion? You know what I mean? Like, that was so bizarre, because if you are a fan, you are going to buy it. So, like, fuck you. We are going to charge you whatever.
Anytime any of them say that, that's saying the quiet thing out loud, dude, is what that is, and it is insulting to your customer base.
Yes.
It is. No, it's no question. It is.
Like, in my opinion, it is also insulting to see, like, you are going to be seeing companies trying to increase their prices more and more, even after when we have GTA 6, because Rockstar is going to charge that shit for $100. I bet.
Like I said, it was
for sure.
You probably should.
There's going to be, in my opinion, I'm sorry, dumb people who are going to say, well, it is GTA, it is $100, it has a higher quality than every other game. But here's the thing: EA, Microsoft, Sony, Take-Two, whoever the fuck AAA company it is, they are going to say and they are going to do the same thing and still keep the same quality.
It's funny you mentioned EA, because never in a million years, never in $1 million would I ever thought that EA would be the good guy in this situation. EA came out on record and said, "No, we're not going up." No,
we mentioned it. Wait, hang on. We mentioned it last week. Wait till next year. Wait till next year for this. I'm not kidding.
They're not the good guy. They're not the good guy. They
wait for the new Mass Effect.
That's going to be $80.
Watch.
And they're gonna $80. And how everybody else trying to raise their prices, right? People are gonna flock to their games. We're not changing our prices because they already know they're not selling a lot of shit anyway. But fucking Madden.
But next year they will probably raise Madden.
I mean, we are having.
There's no way the new Mass Effect is going to cost $70. No way.
I mean,
is the new Yotai $70?
They didn't announce prices because Yotai, like Ghost of Yotai, wasn't even announced, like wasn't even released, and Sony didn't mention anything yet about.
So I'll look up. I'm pretty sure it's 70 because it's a mainline title.
Is it? Oh, okay, nice. If it is, okay, good for them.
It is 70.
It is 70. Retro said it. He said, "I guarantee you." He said after Yotai is going up again. I guarantee you, Intergalactic, that bitch is coming out at 80.
Like, here's the thing. We are having these companies trying to all the time. They are not trying to think of what's best for the consumer. That in order for that, we are going to have long-term success in sales and profit. No, they are just thinking about what can we get away with so we can fucking just have the short-term profits about it. And we are going to have prices getting increased more and more and more to the point where I bet you we are going to have another video game crash where games and consoles are going to so high fucking up that I bet there's going to be assholes who were talking shit about the Series S, which is a cheaper option, saying, I wish there was a cheaper option for me to play my games. Am I right? So fuck you then, if you support this shit.
Supa, you were saying something earlier. You were saying in passing that, gaming is a luxury hobby. And I agree with that to a certain point. Obviously, I do. However, there are a certain faction. Well, why do we play games? I mean,
enjoyment.
It's a form of escape, right? It's like our
normal.
I
said that is because, like I said, it is a hobby, it's a luxury. But a lot of people go around and act like it's a human right, like they have to get this, like they're supposed to get this. Like, no, this is
no. It's a hobby.
If you can afford it, you can afford it. If you can't, you can't. There's lots of hobbies out there.
Yeah, but there's one thing to afford. By saying, okay, now the game is $60. Okay. Would you be willing to pay $70? Yes.
Irrelevant. It doesn't change the fact that they're allowed to charge. I don't like it, but they're allowed to charge whatever they want. And then we as a consumer decide, am I willing to pay that or not? But how dare they raise the prices? Dude, it's up to them. If you don't want to pay it, then don't
pay it. Yeah.
Well, I think the problem is when you, again, as I said, when you raise prices, you set a bar for what certain artistic content is worth. So if you do not want to make your artistic content feel less than, then you would have to sort of come out of that.
The issue I have with that line of thinking is not all games are created equal at all.
No, of course not. They're not created equal.
No, but it's only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. So they can say, it's worth $80, and I can say the fuck it's not.
It's subjective. It is.
And like for GTA, I hate to tell you, Fabio, but if GTA is 100, I will pay 100 because for me, I do see the value there. I will pay $100 for GTA if they ask for it.
Yeah,
but like it, no, but I'm willing to pay it.
I understand, Nova. But here's the thing. In my opinion, if GTA 6 gets released with $100, they are obviously going to do a massive success for sure. But the fact is, you buying the game at that price, it kind of makes you part of the problem, because if they have
I agree. Just I'm hypocrite. It's just like the people that pay for all the DLCs and skins and shit like that. They're 100% part of the problem. In this case, I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, I do understand, but that's the thing. We always like to say, "Oh, but if you can't buy, if you don't like the pricing, just don't buy it." But the fact is, if someone is buying it, you are giving them reason, and you are giving to the other companies more reason as well to increase prices. They've managed to get away with. Why can't we?
Here's why I stand on, and this is why I'm willing to pay 100. I'm looking at GTA 6, and I'm looking at other games that I pay for. Let's say Doom: The Dark Ages. I just paid $60 or $70 for that. Great, I love the game. But I know that the amount of enjoyment and time I'm going to get out of a GTA 6 is exponentially more than what I got out of this for 60 or 70. So if they want to charge 100, I see the value there. There are other games that if other games are trying to charge that, that's what I'm saying. For every game, I think it's different. There are some games I can see, I can see it being worth that. Other games, there's no fucking way it's worth that.
Okay, let's play Mind's exercise here. Okay,
charge $100 as well.
No. Okay, so let me just use you. Okay. You are obviously going to buy Yotai, right?
100%.
Okay. And $70, no harm, no foul, fine. Okay, you'll be willing to pay 70. Yotai 2, would you be willing to pay 80? I mean, let's play depth. Let's keep. I got a point. I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying.
Would you be willing to pay? No, let me ask you a question. Would you be willing to pay 80 for Yotai 2?
If it was right this second, probably not. But I mean, it all depends. If the entire gaming landscape shifts toward 70 is baseline and they want 80 for it, sure. If they want 80 for Yotai now, I'd be like, why is it $80? Is it how much better than Tsushima is it to justify $80?
But what if they said, okay, we're just going up because of market influences, we have to raise it? Maybe
I don't believe that shit. I think that's a scapegoat for them wanting to raise prices to make more money.
Well, that's what they always blame it on: market influences, tariffs that never panned out, or whatever bullshit.
Nintendo ain't the company to be dictating what the rest of us play because third party don't do shit over there. So these third parties don't have an excuse because a first party decide to fucking raise prices. They are not the example for the rest of the market. If their games, all them games that's going to the Switch, it's not fucking $80.
No, not all of them. Yeah,
They better not be.
no,
Right. They chose, they're picking one game and everybody's saying, oh, everybody's raising games to 80 prices. Nobody fucking technically said that.
Donkey Kong isn't even that much, and they literally have an entire theme park.
But they don't want to. They don't want to say that, Nova. They want to keep pushing like everybody's going to 80. Nobody said everybody was going. Nobody, no company said all our games are going to be $80 now.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody said that shit.
But the problem is that they're creeping up. Like the problem I'm having is this. Okay, would I be? Let's just go with the Switch 2 since that's the most recent thing coming out. Would I be willing to pay $80 for Mario Kart? I guess fine, since you sort of drew the line in the sand. Would I be willing to pay? No, like, would I be? Well, Metro, let me go to you. You are down day one. You would be willing to pay $80 for Mario Kart World, right?
Oh, 100%. Mainly because I could have got the bundle.
No. Well, for whatever it's worth, say for example, you can't even get say for example, a bundle was never offered. The game is $80, whether you want it or not. It's just what you have to pay for the price of entry. Would you pay it?
Yeah, because I'm a fan of that franchise.
All right,
I'm a fan of that franchise. I don't think that shit is worth $80. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think it's worth
That's you, but to me it is.
Now, the next iteration.
Apparently, Fabio's a real fan. See?
Okay, so the next Mario comes out. The next 3D Mario comes out, and they say, okay, shit, we did more in Mario than we did in Mario Kart, so now that's $90. Would you be willing to pay it? Metroid.
$90?
For the new 3D Mario.
Oh, that's a great question. It depends. I have to see the game first.
No,
it's either yes or no. They say, for example, it's Odyssey 2. It's like bigger. It's more. It has open world. It has all the bells and fucking whistles that you would expect the EAD one to make.
100%.
Future and
absolutely.
Okay, so I have a question for you then. What is your line? Where is your line?
So that goes back next to the question, right? So now Zelda comes out.
The line moves, right? Like where the
No. Because I think because it's Mario and it's Nintendo, he seems to absolutely. So what's your line? 110 because it's not 110, 120. Yeah, 110, 120.
But if again, because we're talking about hypotheticals,
if I like certain genre, if I like certain game, I'm willing to pay more than other games.
But what's your line then? 110, 120,
150? It's 100.
Hold on,
100 for sure.
If every game at that point in time, again, hypothetically, if every game, not just some, every game was $120. And now they want to charge $120. Well, shit, that's what games cost at that time. That's what I'm saying. It's hypothetical. You can't really
it all starts with a single title. It all starts.
But the point I'm trying to make, Paul, is obviously $120.
No, I get your point, but that's not.
Or even 150.
But you say that now, but in 5 years from now, you're going to say that. People have to.
If they're all,
there has to be a line. No, but before that, there has to be a line in the sand for an all. Okay, there really does.
Let's talk about our AAA juggernauts. Your juggernauts in gaming. Okay, your God of Wars, your Mario's, your Zelda, Halos, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Your juggernauts. Okay, where is the line in the sand? 80? Okay, fine. 90? Okay, fine. 100? Okay, fine. 110? Okay, where do you fucking draw a line in the goddamn sand for this?
My line is drawn. I'm sorry, I can't afford it. I am pretty much priced out of buying games new.
I'm not criticizing anyone others that can't afford it. You know what
I mean? I'm just saying my line is drawn.
That's not what I'm doing here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't care. If they were to say Red Dead Redemption 3 is going to come out, and it's going to be awesome, but it's going to be $80, I'll be like, I can't do that.
No, what I fault against Randy Pitchford saying, okay, only true fans will pay that money, or if you're a true fan, you'll pay. No, a true fan will pay $200 to $300 for the collector's edition. They don't buy the standard. True fan usually ends up buying those type of editions, and so for that game, they're paying $200 to $300 depending on how much the CE edition
you're talking about the ones that don't even come with the digital version of the game.
Exactly. Yeah, the ones that like the ones that
don't come with the fucking game.
The code on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I mean, what I'm saying is that like that's what a real fan would buy. A real fan is not buying the base model at $80, and the real fan doesn't want to spend the base model. The real fan is already buying that much. What you are trying to cater to or pander to at that price are those fans who are just jumping in because they've heard about good things about the game, or they've heard the prior game was good. They want to be on the ground floor on the first day or whatever like that, right? That is what you're looking for. And so that's what upsets me, because if the base model is $80, how much is the collector's edition going to be? $350, $400? This is getting like, it's getting fucking absurd. Like you're paying $700, $800 for a non-subsidized console to have the privilege of paying $100 to get a game that maximizes the console. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
But again, like Lemon was saying, nothing's actually happened yet.
Nothing has actually happened yet, but at the same time, we can see the writing on the wall. I mean, you don't need to be like, a man of foresight to know that this is just the way it's going. And if it doesn't stop, something catastrophic will potentially happen if it's not going to happen already.
And that's on them.
Exactly. It's not on us. It's on them.
It's on them.
I don't know.
It's fuck around.
We will quote suffer for it, but it won't be our fault.
No, it won't.
We'll get but we're the ones that are going to have no games or whatever. We're not but we can't say, well, it's their fault because they weren't willing to pay what we were asking. No, you were asking too much, and it's your.
No, I agree with that. You're right, Paul.
And if they don't see the sales numbers that they need to see from,
I assure you, the game will come down in price. So fucking fast.
The shit will
you can't even fucking blink. It will come down in price. Just wait for a price drop.
And then they'll have to decide, how do we want to move from here on forward unless we want to lose our livelihood and lose an industry.
Exactly.
But that's if the company is willing to lower the price and
if they're not, they're all they better learn how to work how to be a greeter at Walmart. Oh wait, they don't do that anymore.
No, it's just
if the game doesn't sell well, Wize, they have to lower the price. They don't have a choice.
I mean, I understand from a business standpoint, but it just seems like all of this, ever since Nintendo raised the price, has opened the fucking floodgates of sorts. And like all of these CEOs and all these people in higher positions, whoever, they are all like excited, biting at the lips for it. Like, for example, Yoshida's like, well, we give you a lot of content. It has a lot of content. Now, I think it's well worth $80. Bitch, Dragon Quest 3. No, Dragon Quest 7. Dragon Quest 7 is a 250-hour RPG. I want to see what fucking game gives me 250 hours of gaming pleasure. And Dragon Quest 7 came out like it was like $40, $50 when it came out.
Elden Ring is an example.
And Elden Ring was 70. I mean, right. It pisses me off when people say, "Oh, we give you a lot. It's well justified because we're giving you a lot." What about Clear Obscure? They gave us a shit ton of content, but they didn't fucking rape us over their shoulders and shit.
Oblivion Remastered was released at $50.
$50.
$50.
There's other variables that you have to take into account, though, like budget. Clear Obscure's budget was much less than a lot of these big AAA games.
But the fact is, that's not my problem. That's not my fucking problem. If they spent that much money doing the fucking game, that's their problem to solve.
100%. 100%. All I'm saying is that they can decide to charge whatever amount, and they can decide for whatever reason to charge whatever they want. And then it's up to you. Do you want to pay it?
You don't have to fucking pay it.
No, but I want to see the I want to see the P&L sheets for this shit. I want to see the P&L sheets because, like, for example, they were talking about, famously it has come out that like the Spider-Man 2 was like 360 fucking million or 306 million to make. Where? I didn't see it in the gameplay. I didn't see it in the game. Where's the 306 million? What did you spend 300 million on? Fucking lunches?
Advertisement, paying the programmers, paying the 3D designers, paying the music, all that comes into account, Wize. That
but that
doesn't
was the
just
same for
happen out of
Spider-Man 1.
night.
They didn't spend $306 million developing that shit.
Maybe they have more programmers.
No,
Who the
but
hell
they're
knows?
using different technologies and shit in the second
Right,
one than one
yeah.
in the first one. Like the muscle deformation technology and shit they didn't have in the first game. I don't know how much that costs. I'm just saying it's not the same game.
I think some of these companies are just poorly run companies in and of itself, and they're just trying to justify it
I
by
agree.
raising
You're
our
right.
prices.
Well,
I
I think
so.
part of it too is they're doing it because right now they know they can.
They can.
Part of it
They
is.
can. Yeah.
For how
They
long?
can
For how
and
long?
will.
We'll have to see. If you buy the game, they will stop.
Yeah, if you buy the
That's how
game,
it is.
And the other thing is these developers are going to find out real fucking quick that not everybody is Nintendo.
I'm not fucking saying
and
about
not every
Kart.
game
I
is
know shame on
GTA
saying
6.
because I'm
Not
gonna play
everybody's
and
going
have
to be
fun
able to
with
get
the
away
game.
with it.
Okay, so RWK88 says, "Sup, y'all? What's up, RWK? Welcome in."
No, but here-
And,
well,
just call him Rock. Just call him
Wise,
Rock.
you should have listened to Dave last night. He explained. I would have, but I was fucking doing troubleshooting on X, unfortunately. So yeah, I was planning on tuning in and listening to that shit.
Troubleshooting.
He was trying to cover his OnlyFans links that he had or not.
Hell yeah.
God damn it.
Metroid, shut the fuck up, man. Like, stop airing out my dirty laundry, man. Shit,
I know what you're doing.
shit.
I know what you're doing.
Oh shit, yeah. All right, so I don't know. It seems like I don't know. Some of these companies the prices is
it's egregious and they're being greedy fucks.
Yeah, very greedy. How is it that, they always show record profit in the industry, but they're always bitching about more money? I understand that it's cool to bitch about wanting more money. Anyone wants to be paid more for doing the same shit, but
it's called fucking greed.
Oh yeah, it is definitely
what they're going to do. Like you said, the hardcore is the one that's spending for these collector's edition. They trying to get the regular Joe to spend more money on games for higher profitability, but they not selling the shit that they got out for $70. It's not going to work. We're going to fuck around and have a crash. I'm telling you, people cannot afford what the fuck is going on.
Like, here's the thing. You guys did mention that, okay, my limit is $100. What happens when the price gets increased and it becomes $120? Do you buy it or not?
I'm not
you
buying
might
it.
not.
Listen,
You're not going to buy it, but there's going to be someone who will.
But it won't be enough someone's. That's the key.
The thing is, but here's the thing. For us to get to the point where they are going to be increasing more and more is because there is enough people. That's the issue. Like, there's going to be a point where nobody's going to be able to buy that shit, and like, we are going to get fucked. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So we know business that. And new studios will come and make other games. There's studios coming up all the time.
Okay, but what about the studio that makes your favorite game, your favorite franchise, your favorite genre, and you are now not able to buy it anymore?
All right, I got so many. My backlog is so fucking long.
Listen,
I don't know what to do with them.
Fuck Nintendo. They got to get humbled too. They've been humbled many generations. Many. They took L's. If they try this shit on every game, they're gonna fucking learn a lesson. They're gonna learn like they learned with the Wii U, like the fucking poor sales of the 64.
Yeah, but they've already shown that they understand that. That's why Donkey Kong is not $80 and $90.
Exactly.
I guarantee you they're gonna do it for Smash Bros. They're gonna do it for
sure.
their big tentpole games. The ones
Mario and Zelda. Mario's coming out at 80.
Zelda.
Mario is definitely coming out at 80. And if GTA 6 comes out at 100, the next Zelda is 100. I'm telling you.
Yes.
The next Zelda is going to be 100.
I didn't like the last two. They're not getting no more money from me. Fuck the last.
I don't like the last two either.
Well, I mean, you may or may not have liked it, but I think that's the price point that they're aiming for. So
I want them to go back to like the Ocarina of Time style. I like that. I prefer that to
I like the traditional Zelda myself.
Do y'all remember back in the day when y'all were kids and like when I was a kid, like, parents would only buy games twice a year, once for your birthday, once for Christmas. And so like between those two those two festivities, you just played the same games over and over and over again because you didn't have the access to play any other ones. So you just got good at all the games that you had or collected or maybe borrowed for some of your friends. I think that's what's going to go eventually happen.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You'll just be
I had access to more because we had a video store, so I would get some on the weekends, just like rented from our video store. But even then, like I realistically only had, especially during like the Nintendo Sega days, I had like 4 or 5 games and just played the shit out of them.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys got any moms and pop stores, but where I live, there's quite a few, and I go check them all the time. They got all kinds of retro games and consoles. So
now, on the flip side of it all, you can see why Microsoft might be motivated to do this because it makes Game Pass, which I know they've not gone up yet, but apparently they will be eventually, even if they're going to go up to even $30. Still, Game Pass for what they're offering, $30 is still cheap compared to $80 per ticket per game. So I can understand Microsoft's motivation. So it's like, okay, you have 2 options. You either can buy the game outright at 80, or you can be on their subscription service for 30. So yeah, I mean, it makes that more appealing, if you will, but yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Now, what it seems like is like all of a sudden everyone is cool with it. It's like, okay, Nintendo is like, oh, okay, you're gonna come to us because we're the only people you're gonna be able to play Mario Kart on or whatever. So we're gonna charge you 80. PlayStation's like, okay, fuck it, our games are magnum opuses, so you're gonna pay 80. And Microsoft is like, well, fuck, we're the only company making games this year, so you're gonna pay $80.
Did Sony announce that they're making games at 80?
No, I don't think so.
What? Come on, Super! Like it's.
I told you.
I
told you, like imminently. It's coming imminently, but it ain't here yet.
Yeah, it ain't here yet. I think Yotai will be the last 70, the last first party AAA that's coming out at 70. Right. I guarantee you the next one.
In the great opinions of fucking Wize, nobody fucking said they was going to 80. You just putting that out there, but that is not facts.
It's not facts, but it's just we're just waiting for everyone else went up. Why wouldn't they?
No, everybody else did not go up. Why you keep saying that?
And again, like I said before, is because not everybody is
Microsoft pushed games for $80.
They announced it. Their new games.
Where you been?
$80.
Yeah,
$80 to $100.
They announced it the same time they announced the console increases.
Yeah, Retro just sent a link on it. It says Microsoft massively raises Xbox prices $80 to $100. Will make $80 games. So if you click on that link, you'll see it. So
fuck that. Game.
I think you knew, Lemon. I'm surprised you don't know. Yeah.
But
I'm not fucking with nobody. I already spend $200 and $300 on the game anyway. But base price, price $80 is asinine for anybody.
I agree.
I'm gonna start waiting for holiday sales like the rest of the people. Y'all not gonna get my money. I work too hard. Fuck you and what you think you need to be getting, because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
One of you a parent. My daughter's older. She can buy her own fucking games. But let's just say you got 3 motherfucking kids with 2 different systems, and you a gamer.
Okay, what if you guys send Doom a link? Metro. I thought you said Doom the link.
What the fuck
I don't think he follows me, so I can.
You think we gonna go to work to play fucking games all day? Nah, something ain't right. I know I'm not buying Borderlands 4 if they try it. The last Borderlands wasn't even that successful either. Fuck that. Fuck y'all. Fuck what you think. GTA is a longevity game. You spend $100, you're gonna be playing that shit for like 10 years.
Yeah.
These other games ain't got no fucking legs like that.
Some games I can see the value. In other games,
right. There's value in GTA. I don't care if they went to $100. You other motherfuckers, get the fuck out of here. You don't even have replayability in some of these games. You think we just gonna be giving away fucking money? Shit. Not me.
I'm sorry. I gotta be honest. I don't see, even in GTA, I don't see the value in putting $100 for any game, in GTA included. So yes, I don't care about FOMO. I am not going to be buying GTA 6 day one the moment they release it for $100. I'll have to wait for the price to come down. I might take years. I don't give a damn.
But see, you're not a GTA head. There's 90 million motherfuckers that disagree with that.
No,
Yeah, I'm not trying to play it a year later. I'm not trying to play it a month later. I'm not trying to play it an hour later. I'm trying to play that the second it drops.
But you see the fundamental problem with all of that. Go ahead.
But it's up to every person. Like if you don't see the value, cool. And I'm not gonna try to make you believe that the value is there. If it's not there for you, it's not. It is for me. It may not be for Wize. Like it's up to every person.
Yeah, no. Like here's the thing. I'm not trying to say. I'm just trying to say that like there's people like there's no way we can all agree that there are games that can be $100 because of the value. Like there's going to be people who are willing to do it. There's going to be people who like the franchise but understand that okay, I shouldn't be spending $100 for the game. But
like Mario Kart World, I look at that game and I say there's no fucking way that game is worth $80 to me.
Like the most bizarre part about Mario Kart World is like the game is $80, but with the bundle the game is $50. So
right,
like,
I think that was a decision made to try to get that bundle moving. That's why they knew people were going to buy that fucking bundle.
So bizarre. But anyways, I gotta go real quickly. I gotta have something to eat, and then I'll be back soon enough. Okay?
Are you gotta eat somebody? Okay, go ahead.
Some BBL
Gonna eat your fucking wife. Someone has to do it, motherfucker.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just I can understand with Xbox, right? At least Xbox gives you another option. At least, okay, so you want to play the game day and date, okay, be a part of our streaming service. But yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't think Mario Kart World is anywhere near worth $80. I don't think any of these games, at least with the Neo Geo back in the day, those games being what they were, at least they were offering you something that was different inherently. They were giving you games that were on par, if not better than their arcade counterparts. Because when the Neo Geo had come out, what now?
They wasn't on par. They was giving you exactly what the arcade was.
Yeah, because it had the same motherboard in there, did it not?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. It was exactly what was in the arcade. But still, like I said, I think GTA is worth the money because we all bought GTA 3 fucking times. All of us did.
Even the single player I know is going to probably give me 50 to 60 hours of
gameplay.
And
it's
I
worth
know just looking at it, that experience is going to be unlike
the average game
at this point.
is not giving you longevity like that.
Nope.
I don't think Mario Kart is worth $80, but I know that shit is on a fucking cartridge.
But and what does that have to do with anything on a cartridge? I don't get that.
Because the cartridge costs more money.
Okay, then why the digital? But then the digital is still 80. Why in the fuck is that 80?
I agree. That's a good point.
We've been asking that question for years. We've been asking that question for years, Wize.
And then those bitches don't even go down on the price. It's like you look at that shit, Breath of the Wild, that bitch is still
they're saving millions on shipping and distribution and all kinds of shit and still want to charge the same price for digital.
Digital games should be cheaper, by the way.
Yep.
In my opinion. But they're not. And if you're willing to pay for it, they're not going to fucking lower the price.
And see, this is what I say.
I'm part of the problem because I gotta get Mario Kart. We're at 80. I'm not saying I'm not better. I ain't no fucking better. I'm not saying
and you guys are not. Some of you guys are not gonna like the next words I'm gonna say. But this is why competition is key. This is why kumbayaing ain't worth shit to anybody. No businesses. If a corporation
now you're switching to hardware though. Okay, that's. That now, see, software price, game prices have nothing to do with the hardware sold, dude.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, okay, fine.
You're saying, but all of a sudden you switch to competition is key. There's plenty of competition for the games. They just don't give a shit right now.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it just, you could say there's no competition, but back in the, like, okay, when I say no competition, I mean, the games are pretty much going everywhere for everybody. So, it seems like nobody's in competition with anything, and it just seems people are just putting stuff out and charging overpriced.
That's funny because I remember multiple times on this podcast where you said that's exactly what you wanted.
I want my devices, but I still want them competing with each other.
And I love
it.
it.
Fucking kumbaya and shit. It's like, where's the hunger? Where's the the bloodlust? Where's all of that shit?
Well, now they're just trying to get they're just trying to get people to play the game, dude. They don't care where. They just want people to play the game.
I don't know.
More screens, more money. That's
more screens equal more money for them. But I'm gonna say that
when they got games that have built-in.
This is what I meant to tell you. Why it's a topic that nobody really touched on. The FTC officially dropped their motherfucking case against Microsoft and said, "Fuck it, we quit."
Yeah, that was also I was going to say actually mention that, but
they fucking quit. They said, "Fuck out of here." All right, we had enough. Good for you. You fucking wasted tax dollars money on stupid shit.
I don't even know that there was ever a case to begin with. It made no sense to me.
There wasn't a case to begin with. That was Lena Khan trying to act tough.
Right.
Yeah, like how are you going to make a case for, what do you call it? What's the word?
A monopoly?
Yeah, how are you going to make a case for monopoly when there's all kinds of other options still?
Not only is it, the word monopoly means you would have to have the dominating force in the business.
The market, right.
So when Microsoft bought ABK, they still got only 3%.
3%, yeah.
3% what monopoly, you stupid motherfucker? 3% is a monopoly?
It makes no sense whatsoever.
It made no sense. And you wasted my tax money, motherfucker, for stupidness.
And then the tweet that he sends out, afterwards of this is a win for gaming. It's not a win for gaming. It was a non-issue to begin with. It's not a win for gaming. What the fuck are you talking about? A win?
We're at the same place today that we were at the beginning. Like nothing changed.
All right. Like how did anything win? It's just all of these companies have just become like they basically have lost their filter and they basically are exposing themselves for what they really are. But companies that just want the money, they don't give a fuck. They're just using our hobby and our passion.
Back in the 80s and 90s, the CEOs and presidents of these companies were gamers and people that did coding and the people that helped build the games. And then once this industry got so fucking big that now it makes more than movies and music combined, now we got suits involved. Suits that don't give a shit about the games, that don't play games, don't understand games. All they care about is, does it make money? Or how are we going to make money?
How we can make money for the shareholders?
How can we squeeze this new industry to make as much money out of it as we can?
Yeah, and it sucks, and it's going to. And I do wish, to a certain extent, that it does blow up in their face because it's just uncalled for. It was not cool back when they did it in the NES, Super NES era where they floated.
There was $120 cartridges back then.
Yep.
There were, but it wasn't cool then. Like there was no fucking reason for the original Zelda.
I remember I went to Toys R Us back in when Cerebral Billion came out on the Genesis. That shit was $100. $100.
Well, famously, I always tell you with the Neo Geos, those cartridges were $125 a pop.
No, it wasn't. They were $450 and up.
Yeah, the 125 was the controller.
They have to, take into account the cost of the cartridge. It's not gonna give you that shit for free.
No, but it was egregious then. Like, why was Zelda $70 because of the gold cartridge?
Well, let me. So the two I remember are mostly Donkey Kong Country, because what was it called? The Joanna Dark game.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark. Remember, and they both had to use the additional memory pack.
Oh, the RAM. Yeah,
the RAM pack. And that was one of the reasons those would come with that RAM pack. So,
but at least you're getting something for that price.
I was going to say, I remember buying those because those were at the time. Those were a big deal. Oh shit! That's a big game. It needs more memory.
Yeah, the expansion pack. Yeah,
the expansion pack.
GoldenEye gets all the love, but Perfect Dark was the better game.
Yeah, Perfect Dark. Actually, the shooting mechanics in Perfect Dark were much, much better than GoldenEye. So
yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I remember in Super Nintendo, they came out, there was this RPG that is still very famous today, Earthbound. And it came out in a big old box because you got the strategy
big ass box. Yeah.
Right. And I remember that game was like $90 or $100 to buy too. But at least you're getting like the strategy guide that came with it, because normally you'd have to buy the strategy guide separately. But Zelda,
Final Fantasy 7 on like fucking 7 discs.
Well, Final Fantasy 7 was $59.99, wasn't it? I don't think that was.
I don't recall the price.
I think it was 4 discs. Yeah.
It was 4 discs, but it was still the same price. They started normalizing the prices. I would say, when did they start normalizing the prices? I would say the PlayStation era. That's when they started normalizing it, because that's when
there you go. Maybe that'll happen again. So maybe we're worrying about something. It'll be a non-issue. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I mean, you say that, but I mean, look at what the prices were for certain games back then. No different than now. And the prices went back down where everything was 50.
Chesapeake VA, bad news VA.
What
the fuck are you doing, Lemon?
I don't know what he's doing, but he's making connection of something.
He's out here hustling.
He said, "You better have my money."
Yeah.
All right. Let's go ahead.
Oh my God! Look at that ugly ass face.
Your mama likes it.
I doubt that. She's fucking far away. She's fucking far away.
Okay, Doom, 3 million players. How many sold?
They don't know. That shit doesn't even matter. You know what it's about now? At Sony. It's about people playing.
No,
Ain't that the truth? Shout out to yo, I think Phil Spencer's a fucking genius.
No,
I think he's a fucking genius. Because he was talking this shit from 2016.
If there's one thing you can fault Microsoft for consistently, it's the fact that they've always been too far ahead of themselves.
Yeah, but they like the new Sega.
Fortunately, yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
But you know what they not? Is losing.
Going away. They're not going away.
They fucking are killing right now. They are killing.
I think for a game like Doom, where there isn't multi-transactions, I think telling me how many players doesn't matter. If it's a game where there's multi-transactions, then if you have a high player count, okay, that's cool. But when there's no X's in it, how many players doesn't mean shit. In that case, I think how many sold is more important.
That's what I would say too. Okay, Doom, are you? Because I was waiting for you to say something.
I'm on a different mic because I'm actually sitting down and playing High on Life and getting ready to platinum it. So I'm trying to get these stupid freaking boxes, these logo boxes or whatever.
I love High on Life, man.
Yeah, Paul, I gotta ask you.
I just love the Rick and Morty humor.
Go ahead.
You guys played this. Did you find out the secret in this game with the doctor?
I don't know. I haven't played it since.
It's been a while since I played.
I was gonna say, if you guys go back and play it and make sure you do the secret with the doctor, you're gonna have to look it up online. It's actually one of the things you have to do in the forum in order to get the trophy or achievement or whatever you're doing.
Oh yeah.
But it is, when you're sitting there and you're listening to this doctor talk, it is morbid and creepy as all shit, because I mean, you guys know they're using human beings as drugs and that, but he really gets involved in it. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is supposed to be Rick and Morty, but this is a hell of a lot darker, man. Way darker. So I'm going to do the PS5 version, then I'm going to do the PS4 version, and then do was it Under the Knife or something like that, the DLC.
Oh yeah, I haven't done the DLC yet. I got to get that still.
Yeah, I got the one through was it Limited Run Games, and they gave you the DLC with it and all that for $40.
Nice.
So it wasn't. Yeah, it was a good price. You guys are sitting there talking about the prices and all that other stuff.
Yeah, Doom, one quick question on High on Life. Are you playing the regular PS5 version or the PS5 Pro variant?
The Pro variant.
What is the difference between that and the regular? Just the frame rate?
I don't see a whole bunch of difference.
Okay.
On either of the versions, because I played the regular version last year, and then I mean the graphics are a little bit better, but not.
Did you play it on the Series X or what? Did you play it on the PlayStation even then?
But no, it's.
I mean, it's not a game where they're doing a whole lot of crazy shit like ray tracing or crazy GI or anything like that, so it's probably going to look the same.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a.
Most shit looks the same.
No, I mean, I never beat the game. I got halfway through it, and then it fell off of Game Pass. And unless it came back on Game Pass, I Well, we'd have to buy it again. I thought I saw it on sale.
You could have got it for like $8 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, you can
well, shit, it's gonna cost me. It's gonna be free for me because like I got to use my fucking stars because they're gonna be shutting that shit down. So
yep,
you got until November to get rid of all your stuff, all your money or whatever. But the thing is that like I actually posted on Twitter because I've been going back and forth with a couple console guys. But David was actually talking about it on Brab's show. It's just not. I passed over the them losing money and all that, but it's just something they're going to try to make it better or whatever. I just want to see, what it is because listen, I'm telling you what, it is a great. Everybody talks about the Game Pass thing, but nobody talks about the PlayStation Plus thing. Holy shit! The sales on it. I got, like I told you guys in the chat, I bought 13 games a couple weeks ago for I think it was $26. I got 3 games for 50 cents. And these games were like $29.
What
was
games?
Unholy. There were all 3 of them are where the fuck did that ant come from?
You're playing the game now, I guess.
No, I have my iPad on because I'm like I said, looking through these boxes and that. I gotta find somebody or follow God and that shit. But anyway, they were 3 horror games. I got a bunch of Star Wars games for like $4 and $5 through the PlayStation Plus. As long as you're on PlayStation Plus, you get these major discounts. They had like 80 to 90% discounts on a ton of games, and I had a gift card or whatever, so I ain't even spent the whole damn thing. I mean, you guys, it's just like Lemon sat there and said, and I agree with him. $80. Listen, $80 is $80. It is what it is. But stop spending your money right away. Wait till there's good sales. Always go to CD Keys. I know Paul and everybody else would sit there and agree. There's a ton of sales on CD Keys, on Aniba, the PlayStation Store. You get Best Buy. Listen, you can literally get NCAA AA, last year's game. I understand it is last year's game. You can get it for $5 on Xbox. I don't know why it's $5 on Xbox, but it's $10 on PlayStation.
It's $5 digital on Xbox.
You get the case, and then of course the whatever it is, the thing on there. But yeah, it's like what the hell? But if you go and you look at sales,
but that's assuming your game does go on sale. Some companies do not discount their games, famously. So.
Well, look at Ubisoft. You just got to wait like 30 days, and Ubisoft automatically has sales. That's when I started picking them up. Listen, you could buy right now. You could buy PlayStation. What is it? Far Cry 3, 4, and 5 for $10. For $10. I mean,
okay, but how? But okay, so but the problem is that okay, Far Cry 3, 4, and 5. We are all content creators. We're all gamers, and so for all of us, and whether we want to say it or not, and I don't care. Don't sit here and tell me that you're not susceptible to this because motherfucker, you are. Everyone here is. FOMO. We all, because of what we do and our passion, we suffer from FOMO. We would not be ourselves if we waited till now to play a game like Far Cry 3. And therein lies the problem.
Why? I have yet to play Far Cry 3, 4, and 5. I played Far Cry 2. Okay. I got bored with it. And that's the last time I played a Far Cry game. Okay? I literally last year just played Doom 2016. How long has that been out? 2016? I just played it last year. Listen, I will totally agree with you on the FOMO thing, but here's the thing. Now, I bought Doom the Dark Ages, okay? But that's not because I wanted to play the game. That's because of the great fucking statue that they gave you, 12-inch statue. I was like, holy shit, that thing's great. And I've been looking at one, like Iron Studios has one for like $250. But if you wait till Christmas, it will be cheaper. But I got that. The Ghost of Yotai. My wife got that for me.
You got the mask one?
The mask one, because I missed out on
the Tsushima one.
Tsushima one. I missed out on that one, so I wanted to get this one. But
did you have some fucking thing that happened in the shipping? I remember that when the game came out, you were saying something to the effect that you had ordered it. Something had happened in the shipping of it all.
Yeah, it was my dumbass fault. When you just sit there and you look at stuff on eBay, you have to read it really well.
You don't say.
Okay, I mean, like extremely well. And this is when I started sitting there going, "Man, do I need glasses?" Because it said Ghost of Tsushima mask, and that was $180. And I'm sitting there, and I open up the box, and I'm like, "Where's the goddamn game at? Where's the game? I want the game along with the mask." And then I'm sitting there with PayPal. They're like, "Well, you didn't read the description." I'm like, "Yeah, what a fucking dumbass I am." So, but yeah, but it is what it is in that. I have yet to play Dune: The Dark Ages, so I'm waiting on that.
Good game.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Are you willing to wait 2 years to play that game for $20?
What, Doom: The Dark Ages?
Yes.
Dude, I'd wait 10 years to play it. I'm in no hurry. Listen, Wize, if I could, I'll turn my camera on. Okay? You guys love Game Pass. I have Game Pass right behind me.
It's not that we love Game Pass. It's like I have all of it. You know that.
But see, the thing is you are provided so many games, okay? Which, listen, and everybody has their opinion. Game Pass has no value for me. That is just me, okay? That's not anybody else. That is just my opinion because I have Game Pass behind me. Just like I sat there and said, I just got 13 games for $26. And none of those games. Here's another thing too with Game Pass, and this is the reason why I sit there and say no value. I just platinumed The Expense. I just played the DLC. Is that in Game Pass? No. Is Guns, Gore, and Cannolis? Great side-scrolling game. Is that in Game Pass?
I did not even know that was a game. So that's a new one to me. So.
I am. See, David got me onto the indie thing, and I'm like, the indie scene is incredible. If you're looking for, games that are totally different for our fathers, if you like Doom and I'm trying to think, it's almost exactly like Doom with zombies and you have to play a priest or you have to play this reporter. You have to actually play both of them if you want to platinum it, but that's a really good game in that if you looking for something like that. And it's on sale right now for $8 or something. And they just came out with part 2. I don't need to go out and buy games, brand new games, day and date.
Yeah.
I don't
like PS Plus. For PS Plus this month, they gave us Warhammer Bolt Gun, which is like an old school Doom inspired game.
Oh no, Bolt Gun is like typing of the dead. That is awesome. It's like you have to sit there and type out the shit. That shit's gonna be
awesome.
Bolt Gun is on Game Pass. We had that shit a year ago.
Let me see if I can turn my camera on. I don't know if it works with StreamYard really well, but hold on.
I'm eventually going to go to OBS this summer, but it's just been like I tried learning a bit of it today.
I got a hold of Jay a couple weeks ago. He's waiting for my VR. I got to send it to him. I think it's next week because I want a little bit of work, and he's like, "Give me your VR, and I'll do a bunch of work for you." So I'm giving it. But OBS, he has to show me a couple of things with OBS. It's the same thing as Streamlabs. It's just you can add so much more to it, but.
But you need time to sit there and experiment with that shit with time that I really don't have right now. So, I didn't have earlier, but I will have now starting tonight. So, yeah. But, speaking of which, guess what? School is officially out. So, there we go. Yeah. So, I'm officially.
Did you graduate?
Now you got more time to jerk off.
No, unfortunately no. But they say we as teachers have summers off. No,
they're full of shit. Okay,
they're full of shit. between now and August,
Jesus Doom, you live in fucking Freddy Krueger's boiler room.
Now that's Doom's room. Doom.
It's a basement.
What happened? He had a pretty good layout. What happened?
He had a lot of games.
Yeah. Doom, what happened to your ceiling? Was your ceiling always like this? Or did you move your gaming setup?
No, that's always
basement, dude.
like that. Yeah, and I'm in the basement.
Why did I never know that you had an unfinished ceiling?
They look like
that's
Alcatraz.
the way a lot of old school house basements are. Like my house in New York, the basement was like that.
Yo, all I
solid.
gotta say, Lemon, is this. I'm glad it is Alcatraz because I'm away from the white. So away from the white, I'm all good. I hide down.
All right. Okay, let's go on to the next topic here. Okay, so but let me say this on the last thing of this. I think that what I hope happens is games like Clear Obscure and as Doom said, your indie games sort of rise to the occasion, because I think you're right, Doom. I think that if people like with Clear Obscure, I think the good thing about Clear Obscure is that people are now going to, because of the success of that game, I think more people are going to be more accepting of indie games. I think indie games were those type of genre that some people did play it, but there were a lot of people that were like, nah, we just want our traditional games from our publishers. So like now that they see these games can be good, hopefully these indie games come out. And I know these indie games are not going to be $80. They're going to be 30, 40, 50, whatever. And
First
hopefully
all,
that will put a
that game is an exception because of the developers that made the game. That is not no fucking regular dudes that just got in the garage and made a game.
And Wize, they like I was saying, I was sitting there and I'm listening, and I know Lemon's gonna have a fit about this, but I was listening to David last night on Mooch's show. Okay.
Yeah.
He was actually sitting there saying, he says, because he was going back and forth with Persona a little bit, not like arguing in that. They were discussing about with the $80 and everything. He sat there and said, and Persona, I think, actually sat there and said the same thing, that, okay, so you go and you add $80. Remember when indies and double A's were 10 and $20, then they went up to $30, then they went up to $40. As long as the triple A's keep going up, the indies are going to start creeping up. So now all of a sudden your indies, you might be paying $50, $60, $70 when AAA games are $100. It's you know, everybody's going to try and get in on this. I basically, or I guess you could sit there and say, I don't like it just like you guys do.
What is it like for us as gamers? What, like, okay, so we're all, to everybody here on the panel, what is the solution? Just not buy these games and show them who's boss?
Yeah,
that's going to be
that's what you got to do.
Yes,
that's it.
That's the only way.
Don't fucking buy it day one. Wait for a sale. What choice do you have?
And how successful do you think that's going to be?
That ain't going to be.
It will be successful.
It may take a while, but
even enough players don't buy the game.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. We all got back catalogs. I'm pretty sure you got something to play.
You got that right.
You got something to play.
It is not back catalog. Come on, like, we have back catalogs at the end. We're not saying that. We are all fucking victims of FOMO. Okay, GTA.
Look. Hey, here. Let me answer your question though. When is it going to happen? When enough people are fed up. Do we know it? It could be 5 months from now. It could be 5 years from now. We don't know.
2 years, 4 years. Exactly.
Yeah. We can't put a number on that. When enough people are going to say, we can't do this anymore. You know. But that's not. It's not going to be something that we can control, because as is always mentioned, even the amount of us that are on Twitter is a very minor amount, and we are not the casual gamer. The first people they will lose is probably a lot of the casual gamers, dude. Because a lot of the casual gamers go, I ain't paying that for that. Yeah, it's going to be the hardcore fans. Like he said, if you're a fan, you will pay. At some point, you're going to cross a line to where even the fan is going to go, yeah, no.
We're also
guess what? A lot of
coming up, it'll be normalized for them.
Guess what? A lot of our casual gamers play free to play games. The Fortnites of the world, the War Zones, and all these.
I got one
they
friend.
Don't care about that. Yeah.
His kid just turned 13. I had like 9 months worth of Game Pass that I couldn't use because I'm stocked up. I said, here's Game Pass. Dad said, thank you. They've installed it. I don't think I've seen the kid play anything except Fortnite for the past 3 months.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I've had so many people tell me that the game. I'm like, oh, what do you play? And Fortnite and Roblox.
Oh,
These
Fortnite.
Adults. I'm like, what?
Fortnite. Or Apex Legends, or fucking Marvel Rivals. Free shit.
You just go there and say, listen here, you little shit. I just
Hey, I will sit here and say this. My son was one of them. and then he got into the VR. Now he's going back and forth between VR. He actually just beat The Last of Us, and then beat Left Behind, and then he took my copy of Last of Us 2. So he's almost done with that. I'm like, you guys are exactly right. They just want to play Fortnite, Apex. That's free.
Exactly.
And then
Warzone. Yeah.
Here's $20. I did my, chores for the week, threw out the trash, picked up the dog shit, whatever. Give me my
get a new skin.
Go skins. That's it.
Get a new skin.
You see, that's what these companies are counting on. Like what's gonna happen is not me. I'm sitting here and causing a big brouhaha about GTA 6 being $100, but that kid who's right across the hallway, all he's saying is, there's a new GTA. Oh, it's $100. Dad, can I have $100? And then blink. It's the next thing you know, it's a game, and he's done with it. Like he's not done with it, but
it's all we want. And they're gonna look at me like, "Bitch, you're gonna be dead soon." I don't care.
It's like an impulse buy. It's kind of like that type of situation. And then he's gonna be playing GTA out the gang. That's what they're looking for. Those mindless consumers who are not even thinking about the number that is cropping up. They're like, oh, okay, it's 100. Okay, fine. Oh, Mario Kart's 80. Okay, fine, whatever, and moving on. Because those are the type of gamers that they want, not people like fucking us who sit there and say, why is this fucking thing $80?
Right?
They don't care. Fundamentally, I know I teach this job. They don't care because they don't know numbers, let alone.
But here's the thing: they will at some point. Wise, they will, because these kids, as they get out on their own, and all of a sudden they got to pay rent and shit, they will start to notice.
But let me ask the question.
Oh shit! I got no more money for free games. I gotta fucking get a job.
How many of us are paying for multiple streaming services that have raised the price multiple times every fucking year and haven't increased the value one iota in all the years they've increased the prices, and we're still paying for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, I agree.
All of us are doing it.
I agree, but there is just a certain degree of egregiousness when you start taking these things and raising the prices. It feels like
these streaming services have now put ads in the shit that you can't skip.
Oh yeah,
even in the ad-free tiers. People pay for it.
Yeah, Hulu is notorious for that shit. You pay extra for the ad-free tier and you still get a fucking ad. And you're like, what the fuck? I paid you a no goddamn ad tier, But
the fact that the shit has ads in period is ridiculous. Like, you're paying for the service.
But does anyone here feel like that analogy of the frog that goes into the water whose temperature is slowly being raised?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Facts.
is.
Yeah. It is.
That is exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're the only frog in the pot saying, hey, motherfuckers, this shit is going up. This ain't no fucking sauna, or no fucking jacuzzi. This shit's going to kill us, So, yeah, that's the thing. That's the big problem that I have with all this shit. So, anyhow. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next.
I'm not buying Borderlands. I don't give a fuck.
You're not buying Borderlands?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, here's
not buying that either.
Hey, Wise, let me throw this to you. I have never played a Borderlands game.
Really? Not even the first one?
Not even the first one.
Those are great.
You never had an interest to it, or what?
Yeah. Yet I own 3 of them.
You are.
They're still in the wrapper.
There's a problem, my friend. You buy shit to never even touch it.
I only play the first one and the second one. I never played the third one.
Yo, Lemon would know this. Lemon, let me ask you, how many movies do you have that are still in the wrapper?
Wow.
He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Why take it out of the wrapper when you can sit there and watch it on streaming or whatever? I don't listen. My fat ass don't want to get the hell up and get it out of the wrapper. Screw that shit.
My home theater system and my Blu-ray player is way better than Netflix.
Oh, I totally agree with you, man.
It's way better.
I totally agree with you, but it's like, I really don't feel like taking it out of the wrapper. Like The Last of Us 2. I bought that. When the hell did that come out on disc? What was it, last year sometime? That was still in a wrapper till my son got it.
2021
games that are still in a wrapper, even PS3 games.
Fuck
and
that.
Xbox 360 games.
Fuck that. I still got the Cyberpunk 2077 big ass collector's edition box for Xbox that's never been opened. Because it came out in such a disheveled state. I was like, well, fuck, it's not working. So I just went ahead and put it upstairs and said, okay, I'll get to it when
it worked on next gen, man.
I know, but I was like, okay, well, if the regular consoles are having such a piss poor time running it. The next gen consoles were probably not running it as well either. I'll just wait till they release the first couple of updates in, and I got the game. I'll just play it whenever it sort of becomes a little bit more stabilized. But that shit never happened. And then like I went up there the other day, that box is still sitting there. I'm like, oh fuck, that's what.
I also bought the Cyberpunk Collector's Edition that came with the statue. Yeah, and I played the game and it ran like fucking trash. I returned it. I bought it 2 years after for $10
without the statue. Without the statue,
$10 with the fucking steel book.
Yeah. Okay,
I got Metroid. I got that exact same deal, man.
Yep.
What fuck this shit for $10, and they sent me the steel book for free.
Yeah, exactly. I did the same thing. Yep.
Lemon, I was promising I was not going to say anything. You were eating, you were off camera, then you put yourself on camera. I was wanting to say some shit, but I held back. But Brownie wants to know, what are you stuffing your face with? Hopefully some curry goat.
That's my man. Shout out to Bunty. Bo! I'm eating a burger from Dave's Brisket House.
Oh, that sounds good. A brisket.
This shit is fire.
It's good. Yeah.
It is fire.
Yeah, good. Nice.
You know what I've been having a hankering for, and I've just not been able to find one down here. A really good fucking French dip. That's what I want. A really good fucking French dip with some good au jus, you know?
I don't know what au jus is.
It's the juice, dude. It's juice. When you French dip, the juice,
You've eaten prime rib. You know that sauce you put on top, that little that's au jus.
But I've eaten prime rib before, yeah.
Yeah, that brown liquid that goes on top is called au jus. It's basically the pan drippings of the
au jus, which means the juice. It's actually called the juice.
Au jus, yeah. But a good
French dip. Sketch. You like the juice?
Yeah, I mean we had a joint down here that was just a burger, fries, and a hot dog joint, and they also had Philly cheesesteak and French dip, and they made some of the most fire French dip. And they closed down. The lead cook or the owner passed away, but man, ever since then,
going in by all the glizzies.
Well, no, I did not. I wish I did.
Okay. So let me see if I understood. You like to eat the juice? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
No, I suck up the juice, man. I slurp it up. I sop it up. You know?
That shit's dope.
Somebody's gonna clip that and change what that meant.
It's okay.
For sure.
At this point in time, that's the only juice I'm allowed to sop up anyway. So there you go.
He said, I love to buy all the glizzies.
Yep. I love my glizzies. So there you go. Anyhow, let's keep going. All right.
Boy.
Okay, as a surprise to nobody, apparently Steller Blade 2 is coming out Shift Up announced that the DLC this week, and they also said that they are working on the sequel to Steller Blade, which should shock absolutely no one because it did phenomenally well for them. So yeah. Anyone have anything to say about this?
Free DLC on PS5.
Is it DLC free? I thought that it was a paid DLC.
DLC on PS5 is free when it comes out on PC.
Okay.
At least
DLC is free on PS5?
The DLC that's coming out that's going to be on PC.
Okay. I thought it was paid. Right, cool.
I mean, you look at people, you look at like develop like Nintendo or Xbox, but then you look at people like Shift Up who did Steller Blade. They're making a DLC and they're not even charging you for it. You look at for example, what's that game that keeps getting updated over and over again? Shit.
Lords of the Fallen.
Lords of the Fallen is another one. What was that one?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Yes. No Man. Yeah, you could say it was on. They had to do it in the initial end.
No, they had to do it. That game was dead.
Yeah, but
it was pretty bad at launch. But
trash. 5 years later, they're still
I know because I played it. Yeah.
Content for free.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So I mean, you look at the paradigm shifts that you have here. You have one company some publishers who are like trying to milk you for every drop of it all, and then you got other people who are like, "Yeah, here's our game."
Let me say this.
It's more, huh?
The small guy can't milk you. That's why. Well, they don't have the legs.
Larian Studios didn't milk me either, and they made a hell of a game with Baldur's Gate 3.
I mean, yeah, but they're more PC based. You know what I'm saying?
It's a very niche product.
Yeah, PC don't really get away with. They don't do that shit over there. They do that shit on console. The bigger companies, they will milk the shit out of you.
Yeah, but I mean, it's I don't know. It's what it is. But oh well. All right, next. Avowed director quits Obsidian after more than a decade at the job. So yeah, they released Avowed, and Cassie Patel is her name, and the lead director. If you watched like the documentaries regarding Avowed when it first launched, she was a lead spokesperson. But yeah, she was with Obsidian for over a decade and has decided to leave the studio. So yeah. Anybody have anything to say? Anyone want to make big out of this, or is this just? Do you think this is something?
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who gives a shit? Next.
Listen, let me say something.
I don't really give a
I don't never talk about really anybody leaving unless somebody left on some drama shit, right?
Uh-huh.
But if you look at all these people in the industry, their resume have a lot of companies on it.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
So somebody moving on. Maybe she want to do something different.
Right.
Who gives a fuck?
I mean, 10 years with a studio.
We all had jobs here, and I'm pretty sure we all got resumes.
Well, the only standout part for me is the fact that this is a company she started.
But she don't own it.
She didn't start Obsidian.
No, the one who just left. That one. Oh, maybe we're talking about a different female.
You're talking about Jay
Raymond for Fair Games.
Haven Studios. You're talking about Jay Raymond.
Yeah, you're thinking about Haven. I'm talking about Cassie Patel from Obsidian.
Oh well, yeah. Then like everybody else, who cares? People leave, people move. Okay. The only, like I said, the only one was the other one was weird because
no wonder industry.
Listen, when you sell your company and you no longer own it and you run it, eventually you leave. Look what happened to Homeboy. Look at Homeboy who started Activision. He got the bag. You don't hear from the Bobby Kotick. Fuck out of here. Bye.
Look at the doctors that started BioWare. They sold it. Right. They're gone. Yeah.
But all these developers got multiple companies and resumes and games.
But the main purpose of any business, there's only two purposes for any business. Number one, either grow to become a monopoly, or number two, get bought out by somebody who's trying to be a monopoly.
Ask Dr. Dre. He started Beats by Dre, right? He sold that shit to Apple and broke out.
$3 billion.
Right.
I mean, take a look. Take a look also at the co-founder of Ninja Theory, Tamin Antoniadis, which he left mid developments of Hellblade 2.
Yep.
You're muted. You're muted, Wize.
God muted you, motherfucker.
You're talking so much shit that you are muted, apparently.
God said, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. You are just an asshole. Just let me mute you for a second here.
We still can't hear you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. My prayers have been answered.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah, we hear you now.
No, we can't. Oh, my God.
Just tell him we hear him.
Mate, your mic just died, apparently. We can't hear you at all.
His mic was, I'm done listening to this motherfucker. He fucking killed himself.
Paul, you need to be the host. Help us, Paul.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Lemon, where can we find you?
Am I still muted?
There you
go.
We
can't hear you.
What do you mean you can't hear me? Shit, get the fuck out of here.
What do you mean? What do you mean? We just can't hear you, goddammit.
I love that. Can you hear me? No.
Is there someone there? No.
Doom.
What?
Doom. I blame your ass with all this shit. If your ass didn't dump all this shit on me, this day would never have to come to pass. It's your fucking fault. I'm going to be here.
If
you would have stayed goddamn host of this podcast, this shit wouldn't have ever had happened.
That's your microphone right there, Doom, or is that a bong?
There.
Yes. Oh, wait.
Oh, okay. I'm like, we got another motherfucker smoking weed again?
Yeah, don't say that shit.
Yeah. Lemon, I got all that stuff in the back toolbox here. So
no, you missed last week's podcast. Last week's Cells was on here.
Yeah.
I heard that. I wasn't on, but I heard that shit.
He said, wait a minute. I forgot.
Yeah.
I said, that's not going to help you remember.
We were doing our introductions, right? We were doing our
She was having
introductions.
conversations with purple dragons and shit.
Yep.
No, Jim, if you didn't see it, we were doing our introduction. So I go, hey, Sals, how's your week been going? What you been doing? What you been playing? She pulls out this big ass bong on the middle of the stream and starts smoking it right in front of the stream. He goes,
yo, I'll put it to and YouTube didn't do anything about it. I'm going to tell you what, TikTok, I don't know what's been going on with TikTok lately, but boy, they're really starting to get risque too, man. It's like ever since Elon took over Twitter is just nothing but porn. Okay. Now all of a sudden TikTok, they were showing Angelina Jolie getting fucked today. They were showing Anne Hathaway showing her tits all over the place. And I'm like, wait a minute. But yet the content creators can't show off, but yet you could show all this shit off on the movies and that? I didn't think you were, but yet.
Well, yeah, because it's technically like art.
You want to hear something crazy?
Go for
it. On Instagram, half of the screen up top says breastfeeding, and they show a woman with a picture breastfeeding. But underneath, it's a whole bunch of people that look like motherfucking my man Wize over here. Fucking.
And I can't do a hot.
Wize, I'm not joking.
Okay,
Indian people.
You talk about that with Twitter. It was like,
I'm like, what the fuck?
I mean, Twitter shocked me because like what you're saying is accurate. Like people, it's just might as well be Pornhub Lite. Like literally, it's bad. And I mean,
listen, my porn days are done and over with. I got rid of all my movies and all that other shit.
You stopped making it? What do you? Oh.
Don't use it.
You were producing that shit?
He
got that. Christ, man. Doom, you gotta answer that shit. That's a good ass question. I'm sorry. Are you producing that shit?
You're producing the movies?
What? He converted the sellers from.
I don't think you want.
Yeah. That was the Love Shack. Now
he's got a casting. All I got to say, he's got a casting couch in his basement. That's all.
Or looks like a casting chair.
Exactly.
It is a love seat.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Does it pull out?
Oh yeah, it's already pulled out right now.
Fucking Cat Williams, you can't even sit in this motherfucker unless you would love.
Oh shit!
Fucking Cat Williams.
Yeah. They say there's no bigger irony in the world than getting pregnant on a pull-out couch. There we go.
I never heard that.
Oh shit! All right. Okay. So, nobody cares about Cassie Patel.
Nobody cares about that bitch. Next topic.
Next topic. All right. Let's move on. Warhammer.
Just hope she gets to enjoy her new job. Just simple as that. And
yeah, well, I mean, I think maybe it took her. I feel that game.
Again. His
shit, you're botting.
Oh my!
The universe knows that nobody gives a shit about this topic.
Skynet came for your ass. The Terminators come to your house.
Cyberdyne.
No.
Again, you just muted.
Elon bought his internet.
You're muted. Yeah, you're right, Paul.
Elon's coming after you. Comments, motherfucker.
Hates your ass.
All right. Okay.
I told him where you at.
All right. Okay.
Yo, Ice is about to kick your door in.
Yeah. Watch out for Ice. Yeah.
No, he's got the answer for that. All he got to do is show them. All they have to do is show them his tax return,
That's what I'm saying. They can't deport me, man. They'll lose a whole lot of money. Shit, with all the taxes I paid this year, fuck no. We're gonna save tax. We're gonna not charge you income tax. Where? Fuck. I didn't get that email. Shit. All right. I wish they would deport my ass. I would take me and my house and my money with me. So there you go. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. All right. So Warhammer 40K is doing a remake of the original, but surprisingly, it's not coming on PlayStation. It's coming on PC and Xbox.
It shouldn't be coming on nothing. The way you saying that.
Where's all the big news? It's not coming because every time something's not coming to Xbox, it's all we fucking hear about. Yeah.
What are you implying? What are you implying, Paul?
I mean,
spit it out.
I honestly, I never played Warhammer 40K. I don't even know what the fuck it looks like.
Warhammer was only on Xbox.
Yeah, Warhammer's cool.
Yeah, but why are they? I mean, is it just because that's where it was initially, and that's why they don't want to move to PlayStation?
No.
I thought Space Marines 1 came out on the PS3 and 360. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me, but I'm pretty sure.
It was released on the PS3 as well. I think
it was.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
actually was. Like, I think it is mostly a technicality. Like, Capcom was having issues in making the ports of the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection or Capcom Fighting Collection 2 to Xbox, which those games were firstly announced to Nintendo Switch, PC, and PlayStation. No Xbox at the time, because Xbox made any sort of issues with their backwards compatibility thing in order for Capcom to emulate the Xbox One hardware there. But then Microsoft managed to fix it. They talked with Capcom, and later it was released for the Xbox. But when it comes to Warhammer, I think it is like the same thing. I think they are just having issues into making the port for the PlayStation 5. Because why? I don't know.
Yeah, see, that doesn't make any sense to me, because usually when Xbox had trouble, when they had trouble porting the Xbox over, I can't. Your screen is blocking your phone screen. Like, I can't see it because your image is being.
I heard you. I understand.
If you didn't understood, your image that is right behind.
Right. Fucking virtual background is interfering with the fucking. I got it.
Usually, no. Usually, but going back to this, usually if a game doesn't come to Xbox from a third-party publisher, is because it was usually because of the Series S variation. That's why they paused it.
That is not facts.
That's not true. That's not
true.
That's
true. We telling you this shit.
No.
That was the case with Baldur's Gate.
It probably has to do with they have an exclusive deal more than anything. That's what I'm gathering from it.
So you mean to tell me Microsoft got an exclusive deal for 40K?
I don't think so.
Why not? It's possible.
They got a deal set. They got a deal set with that company anyway.
I don't think so.
Even on PC, they got a deal set with that company. I don't know why it didn't come to PlayStation. If y'all said it long, I didn't know that shit was on PlayStation.
But then
it could be coming out on a later
game
date.
looks like. What does Warhammer 40K even look like? What kind of game is it?
Basically, Gears.
It's like Gears.
It's a first-person shooter. I don't have a cover system. I don't believe so.
How old is it?
No. Oh, it's old, but they got a new one out. They got a new. The second one came out, and it's fucking awesome.
Okay,
awesome.
It is really good. Yeah.
Awesome.
I platinum the second one.
It's really good.
Yeah, but are we talking about Space Marine or a different game? Because Space Marine was on PlayStation. That was on PlayStation.
Yeah, so that's what Lemon said. It wasn't on PlayStation. I'm just asking why.
No. The sequel is on PlayStation. The first one.
Okay, that's even more. The reason Space Marine 2, Space Marine, I guess, is a thing is because of the success of Space Marine 2. Space Marine 2 reviewed very well. I think it sold a good share for what they wanted it to do.
It's a good game.
It's a good game. I mean, people were saying this is what they wanted in the new Gears because it was sort of scratching the same itch, if you will. Now, they were probably using the success of Space Marine 2 to sort of do the remake and not do the remake, but, sort of put out the remake and everything. So if you've got an audience on the PlayStation 5 because of Space Marine 2, wouldn't it be in your best interest financially to have the prequel on it as well? Now that you've built a
Can I say something?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
it should be in any third party's interest to put your fucking game as many places as possible.
Yes.
Any game. So it's not about Space Marine. That statement can go with anything. Third party. Right?
Right.
But we don't know why. The developer didn't say shit.
It's like I said, they have probably an exclusivity deal, maybe time exclusivity. Maybe it'll come down to the PS5 later.
Okay, so you can get Space Marine on PS3, but that was through THQ. Didn't Focus take over Space Marine or buy it from or something like that? Because if it is Focus, remember, A Plague's Tale is through Focus, and that was day and date on Game Pass. So like Lemon and everybody were saying, there might be some kind of a deal with them.
A deal, right?
You know, on there. So
you might be right about that because it is also coming day and date to Game Pass as well. Space Marine.
Right.
Just a marketing deal for Game Pass?
What now? I guess. I don't know. It might be something.
Yeah.
Because for them to just like money hats the game for it to not be on PlayStation, that doesn't seem like the vision Xbox is trying to do right now.
But they may have signed these contracts years ago, dude. Because look how old Plague's Tale is.
Yeah,
this could be this could be a pre-existing agreement that was before all of this stuff started.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been an agreement with Space Marine too.
Yeah.
Either way, it don't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter, but usually we see it's common for us to see the one way that you were talking about, Lemon, earlier, where games come on PlayStation but not on Xbox.
I said it.
Oh, you said it. I keep forgetting about you.
I noticed.
Yeah, you noticed. But it doesn't make any sense for it. You never hear it the other way around unless it's, I guess. But is it going to move Game Pass numbers? Probably not, but it is what it is.
I don't think so.
Game Pass
my guess
is fine.
I'm not saying it ain't doing fine. I'm just saying
it will be on PS5 within 6 months or a year. That will be my guess.
Yeah, if it's an exclusive, it's a timed exclusive. I would not imagine it's going to be a total exclusive.
Is Plague's Tale on PlayStation yet?
Yes, it is.
Both of them.
Okay, when because it just took a couple of years, right? Whatever it was.
Yeah, it took a while.
Because those are cool games, by the way. I enjoy both those games.
Yeah, I heard. I have to play them. I heard they're really good.
And if you don't like rats, it'll freak you the fuck out. Okay.
Oh, I don't mind.
Oh yeah, the first Plague's Tale was phenomenal. The first Plague's Tale, if you got to play the first one, and you should play it in succession.
And play it. You got to play it with headphones with good surround sound and shit. That shit will freak you out. Okay.
The first one is creepy as all
that's for sure.
Yeah.
The first one,
PS5. The second one came straight to PS5 day and date. Because I got
the second one. Well, I didn't remember. I think
it was the first one, though, Paul. I think you were right on the first one. Yeah, because that went straight right into Game Pass.
Right.
Well, still in Game Pass.
Yeah, the second one came out simultaneous launch.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I don't, those little details. I'm like, because me, I have an Xbox. If I can play it, I play it, and I really don't pay attention to the other side of stuff. It's like,
It says Nelson said it released the same day as on game.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the first one, and to me, the second one was good in all shapes and in every way of you could think about it. The second
continuing the story. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want just the ambiance and the fear factor and just the creepiness, the first one's got that in boots. It's crazy. It's like, I love the first one. The first one is a very small, protracted experience. It's not what would you say, Cerebral or Doom? Like 10 hours, if that?
Well, if you manage to do it through, because there's a lot of shit in that game that will slow you down.
Yeah, plus your normal movement speed is not that fast either. So
right,
it's about. You're just talking about playing straight through it, not doing all that other shit.
Yeah,
you're looking around probably 8 hours.
Yeah, about 8 or 10 hours, I would say, right? Roughly.
Yep.
Average completion time for a Plague Tale is 11 hours.
Yeah,
that's average. So yeah.
So it's a really good
about 12 hours. Completion should be 16.
And I like these type. The more like the more I guess I'm becoming a more seasoned as a gamer, I'm appreciating these small protracted experiences that are done very, very, very well. Like your, Plague Tales or your Hellblades and stuff like that, where, you're coming, it doesn't overstay its welcome and it doesn't give you bullshit, just to be giving you bullshit. So yeah.
Well, and if it's done well, because you have things like Plague Tale, which if you really watch, don't do like Cody. If you actually watch the cutscenes and stuff, it is a very well thought out story.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, man, they are fucking with this little kid,
this game is more like, I would say it's more of like a boutique type of indie game. It's like really very, very, very well done. It was like,
well, I think, but Plague Tale, I think, is part of the reason we have some of the more games like that than we used to. Plague Tale was like, oh shit, look what we can do, and this is really cool. It would be a flagship in that kind of genre that they did that in,
And so maybe this is going to be more so now because of Unreal Engine 5, because thanks to Unreal Engine 5, all these games sort of look like a AAA type game, So, anyhow, so next thing that Xbox announced this week was Retro Classics with Game Pass launches and Pitfall. Yeah.
Yep.
Hop on them fucking alligator eyes. God damn it.
Boxing. I love the boxing game and Pitfall too. Yeah.
You know what this was? This is part of the Amstrad group. The group that has the arcade thing that what's his name been playing, Mike. Then this is their deal with Xbox. This is
really.
That's why if you look at, there's an ad right in the middle that says Amstrad. I think you can add games to it through their services.
Man. I love these retro games. I grew up playing a lot of these games.
Kaboom!
So did I. I did notice it has things like
Enduro Racer.
It has some of the sequels, but not the originals, which I found interesting. But yeah, it's got a lot of the old Atari 2600 games.
Yeah, it could be a license issue for the original.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
But apparently all of these are Activision games. And what took me for a back was like, I did not know some of these games were published by Activision when I was playing them back in the day. Like, for example, Pitfall. Pitfall I knew was Activision.
Oh, no, I knew Pitfall was Activision. Pitfall's the first.
I did not know. I thought Kaboom was Atari.
I mean, I didn't know.
Pitfall it might have been Atari, but they could have been published through Activision at some point. Remember, Atari, for all intents and purposes, stopped being after a while as far as this side of it went.
Like, I didn't know Activision published the game. Like, wasn't there a gigantic Activision logo on the screen while we were playing?
Yep. That was the first cartridge I ever bought. Pitfall was the first cartridge I ever bought with my own money. So, yeah. And I tried playing it last night. I can't play that game anymore.
Fucking muted again.
They had money back then?
You're muted, my wife.
Okay, it was shekels. Leave me alone.
Shekels.
It was
that's 30 pieces of silver.
Yeah.
I'm like River Raid is fucking phenomenal. Like I was like, I did not know River Raid was a thing.
But it also has Space Quest 2, which is a Sierra Online game.
It sure does. It's fucking right there. Space Quest 2. It doesn't have Space Quest.
No, that's what I noticed too. Also has one of the other Quest games in there somewhere as well.
Bro, they have Zork.
Yeah, they have Zork 1 and 2. Zork 1 and 2.
Awesome. Zork's fucking awesome. Yep.
Now, if you go back to the original Zork, it's only text.
Yeah.
There were no graphics. Yeah.
It had a UI, right? A good UI. Chopper Command is another one. And where's Sir X-Men? He could fucking Mecha Warriors on here too.
Oh, we would never shut his ass up if he was on here.
Shit. But this sort of harkens back to the whole, remember in the 360 era, the Xbox Live Arcade? I was just it has hankerings of that. So, I thought it was cool.
When Xbox Arcade dropped Symphony of the Night, I bought that shit day one. That's one of my favorite games of all time.
Man, I like these games. Because these games are, some nights you're not wanting to get immersed in a big ass story or a big ass open world. You just want to be doing some, mindless bullshit. And these games are perfect for that, And yeah, I mean, some of them, Mecha Warrior 2, the Pitfall, Police Quest 1, Space Quest, Zork, all these are phenomenal games. So yeah. Anyone have anything to say about this? I
I mean, one thing that I found it quite interesting is that they added achievements to it.
Yeah,
really?
I picked up a couple of achievements from it last night. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's really cool. Honestly, I don't know why Microsoft didn't.
What is
the platinum for Pitfall? Beat the game.
The first achievement was honestly just for loading one of the games.
Yes.
You're kidding. Oh, they're going to cheese. They're not cheesing the achievements, are they?
I haven't looked at them all, but yeah.
Like I'm sorry, Paul. It's just because like the achievements are not for the games specifically. They are for like the app in general.
Yeah, working your way through the stuff.
Exactly. So like it is completes certain challenges from the community challenges, set up a community challenge, or get 2 collectibles or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So like it's not necessarily a specific Pitfall.
Yeah, like I got one for 50. I got one for a score of 50 for unlock the original Xbox collectible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
you get another one for getting
because as you play games, you can unlock more collectibles, and they have all the versions of the Xbox on there. And I just happened to unlock the first one.
As long as they don't tell you to, okay, the only way you can get a platinum is by beating Pitfall, then yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that would be good. That'd be funny though.
Well, that's the trophies in the Castlevania that you get. All you have to do is just beat the game. That's the only trophy you really get.
Which one?
Like Castlevania, the first Castlevania, in order to get a trophy for that, you just got to beat the game. The second one, you got to beat it. The third one, beat it. Cynthia Knight gets a little bit more complex. As there's a couple more Castlevania games. What is it? Requiem, something like that. I wish my buddy was here because my God, he has like 50 million fucking copies of the first 3 Castlevania. Every time it gets remastered or whatever, he buys a copy. He has Nintendo copies and PlayStation copies, the original ones
of the same game. Why?
And the thing is every October, every year since the very first Castlevania came out, he plays all the Castlevanias October 1st until the 31st. He plays every single one.
He can still beat the first one. He can beat the Grim Reaper on the first one,
and he can beat Castlevania in 17 minutes.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, he showed me here. I told him, I'm like, no, you can't. He's like, yeah. He says, watch this. And then he gets up to Dracula. He's like, yo, he says, I guarantee you'll never beat this game. I'm like, I'll beat it. He beat it. I'm still, to this day, I still can't beat Dracula. There's a certain way that you gotta do it, but I can't. I can't do it.
I play Castlevania like all the time, almost daily, actually. I love Castlevania.
Are you the same person? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, he's my twin brother.
Like, is he talking about you now? Is that it?
Yeah, I can beat Dracula in Castlevania 1.
Guess who stopped in for a long time? For a long time, Jim, my man, where have you been, boss?
Jim, busy with work.
Oh, okay, love to see you back, man. How you been doing, man?
Doing pretty good. Busy.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that means you're getting money, so that's good, right?
Trying to.
Okay. Well, all right, cool. So,
yes, we'll stop the pie.
So what did you say? What do you think? Did anything about these arcade games that strike your fancy or anything?
Well, I mean, I didn't catch anything before that. So what was the question in regards to said arcade games?
No, the arcade games, like Xbox has released all these arcade games from Activision, these old like Pitfall and River Raid and River Raid 2.
Right. What was the question involving that?
I said, are you any traction for you as a gamer in any of these old remakes or re-releases?
I mean, personally, probably not, but I'm glad that they're out and coming because, hey, more gamers who can play them, the better.
Cool. All right, next. The Last of Us developer, Neil Druckmann, was on an interview, and he said that they do have another game that they are working on. And it, according to, was it Jason Schreier or was it Jeff Grubb, who said that their second game is also sci-fi in nature, but Intergalactic is already sci-fi. So I don't know if Grubbs' sources are still credible or relevant or what. But
Corey's game is sci-fi too. So what the hell are they doing with sci-fi, man?
Well, I guess everyone got tired of the whole zombies, fungus thing, and now they're going to sci-fi. I guess I don't know. I mean, it's like a fucking it's like fashion. It goes around in circles. I mean, you get a phase where everything is sci-fi, then a phase where everything is post-apocalyptic, then a phase where everything is like
Battle Royale.
Yeah. It's just it is what it
Battle
is.
Royale. Yeah, you're right, Fabio. Yeah.
Yep.
Ain't shit.
And around it goes like the toilet.
Yep.
Wait, what?
And now Sony's with the face of the sci-fi games and Concord games, apparently.
No, Sony's in the phase of jack up the prices along with the other companies.
Technically, Sony's the first company right now thus far who's not announced it. So there you go.
Well, they jacked it up, then Nintendo did it, then Microsoft followed suit, so now I'm just waiting for a round
now
2.
Sony's turned back to Sony.
Or is this round 3 that we're on?
It's kind of like duck, goose.
Or more like duck, take hammer to head and goose.
Yeah, more like fuck off, fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
I can agree with that one.
Yeah,
I think that was the best one.
Yeah, yeah. But who's surprised? I mean, he says that they got another game in the oven. So I don't think any of these developers, whether they're
I think we've all known for a while that they have their team split into 2 different projects. They've been talking about this for years.
Yeah.
The problem is they haven't fucking showing us anything.
And that's the problem. Like they don't want to show anything. And we know you have 2 projects. I mean, you got how big is Santa Monica? Santa Monica's over 1,000, maybe 1,500 people strong by now. It's Sony's main first party, so they've got to be like the biggest of their first party. Maybe them
I don't know. It's them or Naughty Dog. Yeah. But I know they bought a brand new building for Santa Monica when they were working on the first God of War remake.
You've got to imagine that the other game, there's got to be a God of War type something floating around in the recesses of that office somewhere. Whether that is a God of War, him going into another pantheon and killing them off or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, there's got to be another God of War there because that is like the way Sony's playing it safe these days. It is hard for me to imagine that they're going to tell one of their primary developers to only focus on new IP and not, a tried and true. So,
right.
I mean, that's like saying...
Soon enough, even God of War is going to be a sci-fi game.
God of War in space,
Yeah, there we go. I'm going to kill the moon mythology.
Blow up the moon.
Just blow up that shit.
Kratos versus Jupiter. Kratos versus the sun. Kratos versus Andromeda.
No, it would be Kratos versus the Greek gods.
No, it becomes the Roman mythology because they are all called. They all have the names of the planets. So Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, perfect.
Yeah, that's that one. That's what I said.
Yeah, because it was like you already did Greek.
Yeah, he already killed all of them off. So yeah, I mean, I want him to go and fuck Egypt. Okay, fuck Egypt. Don't send that asshole to Egypt. Send that asshole to India. Let him fight some of those motherfucking gods.
All right,
First
fucking Lord Krishna.
100 of them, so fuck that.
Fuck Lord Krishna versus Kratos will be fucking epic.
Ooh, fucking put Vishnu on his ass. I'm telling you, man.
Rama, right?
until he gets to Gandhi, who launches the nuke.
Gandhi wasn't a fucking god.
Hey, just go refer to which civilization was that it did it in?
What?
4 or 5, Civ 6 maybe.
That would be no, but think about it.
Yeah, there was a bug where one of the Civ games actually made Gandhi advance to the nuclear age, and then he would basically drop nukes on people.
Great.
Well, he did propose non-violence, and when there's nobody on the planet, there's no violence either. So if you want to think about it,
it is accurate.
Yeah, it is. technically accurate.
They teased pantheons he might go to though, and Tears Temple and shit. And India wasn't one of them.
Well, he needs to. He needs, like, think about it. Remember, there was this game back in the day. Was it for the 360 or was it for the One and the PlayStation 4 era? Was it God Hand or God Eater? No, Ashura's Wrath. Ashura's Wrath.
God damn, no one even close.
That wasn't close at all. Yeah, it wasn't. Do y'all remember the game?
I was way off.
What's his name again? What's his name again? Olaf always is Gordon. Like, goddamn.
No, Assurance. Y'all remember this game, Assure's Wrath, and they showed the introduction and everything. There's this guy, and he was fighting this big ass like Galactus motherfucker who was putting down his finger, and he was jumping up and he had like multiple hands and some shit like that. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, Capcom.
I never played that game.
Yeah, Capcom. Yeah,
it was good. It was really good. Yeah,
I didn't play it, but I did. If Kratos would fight the Indian god or Hindu Parthenon, sorry, that's what it would look like. That's what it would look like. It would look like this guy running up and trying to fight this man with 15 arms or some shit like that. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to about
Soros. I can't wait for Soros.
Multi-hand. I saw that trailer. I'm like, man, they brought Vishnu into
into the whatever the fuck universe it is.
Good. Yeah, I'm happy to see Vishnu. Anyhow, so that's that for that one. So let's see what else. What else is new? What happened this week? Let's talk. Go ahead.
Bungie fucking it up. Bungie fucking it up with Marathon.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Want to? We actually touched upon this last week.
Okay, then. Sorry, didn't know.
No. Go ahead. We can talk about it. So Bungie with the Control C, Control V option action. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Fabio?
Exactly. And now their morale for the game and the studio's future is like just plummeting more and more.
It is.
Yeah, there wasn't a thing that came out that the morality in that not the morality, the
morality,
the morale.
Hey, fuck! At this point, the morality is fucking in shambles too.
Yeah, there's nobody on the record saying anything though, which is the thing I have a problem with. It's all sources say. It's like, well, maybe that's the case. Who knows? But supposedly, supposedly over there they aren't having a very good time.
Yeah.
And evidently, it's the leadership that's the problem because they just don't want to hear shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
again, it feels like Concord with the toxic positivity towards the game. You cannot criticize or say anything bad about it.
Yeah.
Even though you are literally just kicking yourself in the head.
That's the exact opposite recipe for making a good product.
Exactly.
Who actually really feels this game, whatever it's going to come out as, and whatever form it's going to come out as, has legs?
It doesn't have legs. It's got fucking nubs, and no one even gives a shit about the nubs.
Yeah.
And the only thing that was interesting, at least to me, which was art style, is stolen. So like, not even that they managed to save.
How's that old saying
go? The gunplay looks good, but the looking like it's got good gunplay is not enough to save that game, in my opinion. I don't think anyone really cares about it. There's no hype around it. I don't think this Control C, Control V shit's helping it at all. At this point, it's like
not at all. Yeah,
I can see. It will be a Concord. It will be.
The problem with Marathon is there's so much competition in the first-person shooter space, whether it's an extraction shooter or not. If Marathon would have came out 10 years ago, this would have been a different story. But
hey, Wize, I'll be right back.
Sure, go ahead. And you see, the thing with Sony is Sony doesn't have any qualms shuttering their ass. They did it with Concord. They will not lose a wink doing it for Bungie and dissolving the developer.
Yeah, but the problem is they can only do it so many. They can't keep doing it. Like at some point, they can't keep doing it.
Yeah, Super's right.
Like they're investing multi-millions of dollars into these products.
Right.
They have to make their money back. At some point, they can't afford to just shutter shit.
And like,
so what they eventually do is just send it out there to die.
Yeah, fuck it. And like, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And like the bizarre thing is that I would say that they spent more money with Marathon than with Concord, not because of the price of the game for the funding of the game, but because they spent $3.6 billion on Bungie, and that's what they came up with to give it back. Like while Firewalker was like millions and Conquer was 400 millions and all that stuff, but like Bungie, would you guys say that Marathon is going to die in 11 days as well, or even less than that? I think it might survive a month or two.
I think it'll make it at least a month, but I mean after that, because it's going to be people are going to show up. Some people, a small amount of people, will show up just to see what it's about. But I don't think there's enough there to keep them there. It's not even like a full experience at launch. It's only got like 4 maps. Like there isn't even like a whole large set of things to experience.
4 maps
at launch.
4 characters. That doesn't help the cause either.
Like there needs to be enough for people to see at launch that when they dip their toes in, they're like, oh, let me see all this has to offer. When they're going to see all there has to offer in the first 3 hours, they're not going to stick around.
Yeah, and another thing is, how the fuck do you have an extraction shooter and you don't have proximity shit? The fuck are you doing?
Yeah, good question there.
You have to be able to have so that negotiate with your
explain it to me. I don't play extraction shooters. I have no vested interest in playing extraction shooters. Tell me why is that a big deal for somebody who?
Because let's say that there's an opposing player next to you. You can actually negotiate with him. Hey, listen, I don't have fucking anything on me. I fucking trash. Let me just get the fuck out of here. If you mute the other opposing player, it fucking negates the whole point of playing the game. You know what I mean? You can't do that.
What? Okay, but if the purpose of the game is to get out alive, why would somebody who already sees you already pretty much on your last legs spare you? Because of their nicety?
Because you might have some loot that they want out of you.
Because you'll barter with them for your life.
Exactly, you can barter with them.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Like, listen, I just picked up this sweet epic or legendary gun.
Whatever.
Listen, I'll give you the gun. I'm not trying to lose all my shit. I will give you this gun.
Yeah, take the gun and let me keep the rest and go on your way. You can't do that if you fucking mute people by default because you find them fucking offensive. What the fuck is the point?
I agree. I totally see. I mean, I get that. I mean, but I did not know anything about that. I mean, again, I'm not an extraction shooter guy, so I don't know. Yeah. You know what online game they need to bring back? I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but do y'all remember a game called Star Siege Tribes?
No.
Vaguely.
No, never. No.
No? Yeah. Okay. What about you?
Vaguely.
Cerebral, do you remember that game? Star Siege Tribes and Star Siege
Tribes? I remember the title, but I never played it.
I remember the title Tribes, but I don't know the Star Siege. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like almost like a it was a squad-based game, and it was like capture the flag. This is like the beginning days of like true, online gaming, and it was still with dial-up and everything. And it was amazing for how it looked and how it ran. It ran very fucking well on dial-up, and I was impressed. So yeah, I mean, they need to bring that one back.
I did heard of Tribes, but I never played the games. I heard it was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now of course everything is going to be much, much better than that. Like, so if you go back and look at it, you're like, what the fuck is that? But back in the day when it was one of the first online, shooters of that type, and then running on dial-up, it was an impressive feat. It was cool as fuck. All these people.
I remember SOCOM.
Yeah. Well, this is preceded SOCOM. This was like, I want to say I was in college when I started playing it, so it was around the time of WoW's launch that game was pretty popular. It was around EverQuest 2, EverQuest era type situation.
So the mid-90s?
Yeah, mid-90s. It was still dial-up.
Hang on, wait. WoW launched in 2005. EverQuest 1 launched in 1999.
It was around that time. Let me look it up. I'm looking up Star Siege Tribes.
Yeah, because I didn't really get into the online gaming stuff until about like 98.
Were you able to fly in that game?
Yeah,
an angel or something like that, Yeah.
Yeah, you were able to. Yeah,
I kind of remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was. Let's see, what is it? Wikipedia. When did this game come out? 1998, made by Sierra Online. Yep. 1998. I think it was
There
like
you go.
late
Yeah.
90s or something.
Sierra.
Yeah, it was in that EverQuest.
I'm surprised I haven't heard about it because I'm a big Sierra fan. But
I heard about it, but I never played it. Yeah.
Yeah, just Google it or something, and you'll see you probably have played it. It's a really old game. I mean, it's very hard.
1998 to me is not really old game. Sierra Online was big all throughout the 90s. Police Quest, Space Quest, all that stuff was on Sierra. King's Quest, all that stuff was Sierra.
Yeah, but this was not. This was like a total antithesis of that. This was like online, third person shooter type thing, like all these people, and it was chaos. There was no organization. There was no like, you could do strategy, but that wasn't really the point. It was like, hey, gee golly, this is a online game, but it was fun for what it was. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it, but all right.
Some of us had the orange box for our online fun. So
no orange box. I mean, yeah, well, that. Some of us had to use Skinamax for online fun.
Not that. No, the orange box is actually the Half-Life, and they had the.
I know what you're talking about.
That was absurd. That was amazing, honestly.
All right. So, too bad Loke didn't show up tonight because this is right up his alley. So apparently, Hideo Kojima said that his next game is called Physint.
We've known this.
Huh?
We've known this. They announced this years ago. Yeah, he was.
They re-announced it like last week. But
he was at Columbia. He was on the Columbia Sound Studios with Herman Holst when they announced that he was working on Physint. It was going to be like a throwback to Metal Gear Solid, but this is like maybe 2 years ago. But yeah, it's not going to come out till like 2030 or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, because he's got this game, he's got Death Stranding 2 this year, and then he's got that project that he's doing with Microsoft that's got to come out sometime, right? And then but so this one is going to be more akin to the espionage that he was known for. So people are really encouraged by this as well. He also he said he wants to make a game, a forgetting game where the main character gradually forgets important information and abilities if you take too long of a break from playing. So basically what happens to me in real life.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
It was January of last year that they announced it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a new thing. I don't know. I must have slipped through the cracks or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, so I guess it's a good thing he's going back to his roots of sorts with espionage, because that's what he's known for. I know people have liked his take on the horror genre with what was that game he made that was on the PlayStation 4? Was it download only? PT?
PT, yeah.
Yeah, PT. So I mean,
I'm still sad we never got that game, because as cool as Death Stranding is, I would have much rather had fucking PT.
You're talking about the new Silent Hill game?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was silent. It was going to be Silent Hills.
Yeah, yeah. It was basically his adaptation of like his envisioning of Silent Hill, like basically. So, and remember, it was like one of those things that it was only available as a demo on the PlayStation Network, and then they took it off of the PlayStation Network, and unless you had it downloaded onto
people were selling PS4s that still had PT on it for hundreds of dollars over retail.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you're an asshole if you paid that for a fucking 12-minute.
You're fucking dumbass. You're fucking dumbass. That's what you are.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
I mean, what would anyone be compelled to pay $1,000 for a demo? I mean, oh my God.
Because Hideo Kojima, and they all want to fondle his nuts.
Listen, Loke's not here. Let's not talk shit about Loke.
Loke goes, yes, I can do that. I will do that. I will do that first.
But no, I'm still sad because I think that would have been a cool fucking game, but we never got it.
Hey, Mafia, the old country costs $50 and is an open world, and there's plenty of support for it. Yeah, and it is an open world.
Can't wait to play that game. I'm a huge fan of the I'm a huge fan of the Godfather. Great film.
I am so looking forward to that game.
Yeah, me too. So do I. Yeah.
I just wish those assholes would get a hold of me, because I've been trying to get a hold of them and talk about accessibility, but they don't return my messages. So I have other friends reaching out who actually have contacts over there to see if I can get more information.
So okay. And I know we've touched on this. So we're pretty much, now that like we can say summer is started or whatever, we could say we're pretty much halfway through the end of the year. We were expecting, obviously, GTA 6 at the latter end of this year, but that has now been pushed to next year. And I think the next big games across all 3 platforms and PC are like Borderlands, The Outer Worlds 2, which I'm assuming is still this year. They're doing a deep dive in June about it, so I would presume that's coming out this year. And of course, your your Mario Kart World and your Donkey Kong, if that would be a big game, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. What else? Is there anything I'm
some
missing?
respect on Yote's
Mafia.
Yeah.
On Mafia is a big deal.
Yeah.
Metro Prime 4, at least for me. Yep.
Myself as well. So we got what?
So let's go down. Are games going to get plugged in the gaps? What you're saying? Games that may have pushed because of GTA.
Do you think that there are going to be games that are going to be announced that we're just not aware of? Well, they said it so much to the effect, right?
Quite possible.
I've been saying that it's possible because all of a sudden this big gaping hole has opened up that wasn't open for them before.
Right.
So, but what gaping hole? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you still
because a lot of no. A lot of them held off because of Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so September, October, November, no one was trying to go anywhere.
So all of a sudden, it's not going to be there in October or September, whenever it was. So all of a sudden, they're going to look at it and go, okay, well now we can. The game is ready to go. So let's talk about possibly putting it out there.
Mm-hmm. Well. Which ones do you think?
That's what I mean.
Well, let me ask you.
We don't know. We have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised
because you got more. You got more.
No. I don't.
Scuttlebutt.
Nah. I don't hear any scuttlebutt. At least nothing that I can ever talk about. But just like I think we still don't know what Microsoft is going to be talking about in a few weeks, and. They've been dropping big news before the big announcements. So it makes me think that we're going to hear some really exciting stuff, hopefully from them come 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now, whatever we're at this point. So,
what about you, Lemon? Have you heard anything? You muted, you walked away. So, like you two are the most like
it died again.
He's fucking, I don't know, eating some fucking lobster. Who the fuck?
Fucking lobster. Shit. It's like shit. That damn lobster wasn't enough. I need to go get his brother too and boil his ass as
well.
Yep. Oh, shit. Now, I mean,
yo, fuck you.
That is.
He's some lobster, some bullshit. Oh, so you're aware? What the fuck are you doing?
He was eating the lobster and ran out of butter, so he's gone to milk the cow to make the butter.
Exactly. Yeah, he's eating the yogurt. Yep.
He doesn't live in that part of New York. He lives nowhere near that part of New York.
He needs to go to Jackson Heights. They got plenty of cows there. They've worshiped them there.
Never never seen a cow in his life.
I did see a cow. I'm looking at one right now, Nova.
Oh,
you motherfucker.
God damn it.
Yeah, what you asked me?
Tell us some scuttlebutt, man. Tell us what's going to be moving up. What have you heard through the grapevine? There's got to be, apparently, according to everybody here, there's this huge gaping hole now that GTA 6 has left the building. So what is going to come into fill that?
They got some big releases coming out, man. They got the new Call of Duty. You got fucking Borderlands.
Oh, we talked about Borderlands. We talked about the Nintendo offering. What else was that? What else was the other big game? Oh, Outer Worlds 2.
Fable's still next year.
Yeah.
Yotai is, but any games that you've heard personally that you can talk about from any publisher or from any developer?
It's been fucking quiet on the streets. We almost in June. Everybody holding on to the bag.
Is that because it's June? That's why it's all gone radio silent?
Yeah, everybody goes radio silent from May to June until
And what I like so far is we haven't heard any of the normal leaks that we usually hear by now leading up to those events.
What about the new?
Been quiet as fuck, but you know what?
About the new? What about
while I'm out there, I'm gonna chime in.
What about the new Perfect Dark? Wasn't that supposed to be coming out this year?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't revealed the release date for it.
Okay, he might come out of this holiday. Who knows?
I would love to see it, honestly.
Yeah.
Which one?
Perfect Dark.
That looks good, honestly.
I mean, that would be a shock if it did. I mean, it looks good.
It looks good.
But
it looks interesting. It just doesn't look like Perfect Dark, but it looks interesting.
No, it does. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
No,
I mean,
like, what do you want? The last game was the 360 one? Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about Zero.
We don't talk about Zero.
we do not talk about Zero.
Perfect Dark Zero was bad. It was so bad.
I didn't enjoy it. Like, it wasn't like perfect. It wasn't necessarily perfect.
So you're saying it was imperfect dark, is what you were saying. Yeah.
It's almost perfect dark.
I'm actually saying I'm trying to say it was imperfect light, basically.
Yeah, no, for me, Perfect Dark Zero just felt a little generic, where the first one felt really original and creative. Zero just felt kind of generic.
Yeah,
it was competent, but it was generic.
Yeah, the N64 game is really good. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites of all time. The 64 game.
Really I'm wondering why
you know that was supposed to be a James Bond game, much like GoldenEye, except they didn't have the licensing for it.
Yeah, that's what I heard right back in the day, that they were supposed to make a sequel to GoldenEye, but they couldn't get the license again. That's why they just made their own IP.
That's why it's Perfect Dark. Yeah, that's why Perfect Dark.
I don't know if that was true, but I presumed it was.
Oh, it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
cool.
It's a better game for it.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's another game that came out that we did not talk about either. That's coming out this year as well. Pretty big. Metal Gear Solid Delta. I know it's a remake, but that's also coming out this year as well. So
I'm looking forward to that one because I haven't played the others. So yeah. So
which one?
Delta.
Metal Gear Assaulted.
I didn't play 3 either. I skipped that one. I played 1, 2, and then 4 and the rest, but I didn't play 3.
Many people believe it's one of the better Metal Gears because it was very little on like his normal, egregious cutscenes and everything, and it was more on gameplay and everything like that. So people tended to like Delta. They would say is one of the better ones. It's ironic that was the first game of the series. So
I've only played one of them. I think it was 5, and what I didn't. Yeah, that there was. I don't care for base management type shit. That's the only parts of that kind of crap I don't care for. But,
yeah, well, I mean, it's a Metal Gear game, and I mean, it's going to be good for all intents and purposes. And it had. What do y'all think about this? Lies of P. I know it's an older game, but they're going to finally be putting in like difficulty
accessibility,
options.
Baby. Yes.
Some people were on a pushback. They're like, well, if you're going to put difficulties,
MacBook plugged in, and this plugged in the MacBook. That's the
what?
What the fuck?
I don't think he...
Yeah. So some people are complaining that they were like, okay, well, wait a minute. Like,
leave my Pornhub alone, fuck boys.
Yeah, you mute your microphone, bitch. Then you're fucking your cuff.
It was muted. I meant to mute the video first.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm using a mouse with my toes.
Oh, you got that feedback on the mouse? You got that feedback.
No, my bad.
As a fan of Lies of P, as someone that actually finished the game, I'm pretty excited for the DLC. So I'm looking.
You must got a lot of time on your hands to play hard shit all the time.
Well, you heard they're putting. Did you hear what we said? They're putting in difficulty settings for it.
Yeah, difficult. I personally don't care about the difficulty settings as long as I get by.
Yeah, the gatekeepers are out in spades though.
I don't give a shit. If someone, the way I see it is, the more people that have access to the game, the more money they'll have at the end to make more games of the same. So I don't care.
They're ruining another game. Yeah,
shut the fuck up. Just fucking, play the game on the standard difficulty.
Other people are going. Somebody flat out said, "How does it affect you?" Period. Because that's the same thing I always say.
It doesn't. Right? Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. So I'm a big fan of Lies of P, and I'm definitely gonna play the DLC.
I mean, the only people who were pushbacking were people like, "Well, it's going to take away the integrity of the game because it's supposed to be a hard game."
The same thing we always get for Elden Ring and all that stuff. That the play it the way they originally intended.
Souls guys.
Yeah,
right.
That's what they do.
Here's the thing: if
you remember, I've been told that if you can't play it, you watch somebody else play it on YouTube. It's the same. I'm like, fuck
No,
off.
it's not the same. The fuck, right?
You have difficulty settings. If you want to sit there and play, if the makers want you to play it the way they wanted to, okay, well, here, play it on hard difficulty. That's the way we wanted to. Just like, you know, I tried it. I'm like, I'm just not one of these Souls guys.
Nope, I couldn't make it past the first boss. I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out.
No, but I think where they're coming from is the place where like beating the Souls game is a badge of honor.
Yeah.
So if someone can crank it down and beat it on easy and then say they beat it, it's like, well, did you? So I can understand where they're coming from, but at the end of the day, like it don't matter. Like it shouldn't affect them.
I don't want to spoil the game, but the last boss of Lies of P is fucking that motherfucker must have killed me 40 times. But I fucking got him. I tell you that.
But see, here's the thing: whether you beat it on hard and I beat it on easy, we both beat it. There is no.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I because you lowered the difficulty. Bullshit.
But how many times are you gonna like?
Because like I always say, like I always say, easy for, or sometimes in some games, even the story mode for you could still be hard for me. So fuck you. You know, it's you know.
But let me ask y'all.
They're not talking about the people who are having.
It's just adding an accessibility mode.
Yeah, but people are complaining about that. That's the problem. Yeah. No, but let me ask everybody here.
Dude, just get on with it.
They always do. They always do. That I have been called so many nasty, evil things because I champion for accessibility. Well, if you can't play the game, well, what they say is, well, not every game is for everybody.
You're an old crotchety bastard. You're a nasty, evil thing anyway.
But you're supposed to champion for accessibility because it applies to you.
Yes.
Right, but
well, I mean, me and
the fact that you're an asshole, that's separate to your accessibility.
Well, not to cut you off there, Paul, but me and a friend are starting our own business. Not going to really get into details of what it is yet, but let's just say it involves
even cripples need sex jobs. So whatever, whatever.
No, the business he's starting are going to be sold in nickel bags and dime bags.
Yeah.
Shit, you're giving all away my secrets.
Hey, as long as I can test your sample, you can test your samples for free. I'm good. All right.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is the other thing I'm told is, well, by default, because they do this stuff. Well, not every game is for everybody. That should be my choice. Okay? Well, that should be my choice to decide if I want to play the game or not. Yeah.
But as I was going to say, is me and a friend were starting a business involvement stuff like this, and we're definitely going to want to talk about accessibility on that too. But again, that's just another option to add an accessible path for playing games.
Yep. And that's something that should always be at the. Don't wait till the end to go, okay, now let's patch in the accessibility stuff. It should be at the core of whatever you're doing.
See, I'm one of those guys that going off of the accessibility thing. I like, if I start a game, I want to play it on story mode because I want to experience the story and what's going on and getting all into that. And then after I'm done playing it and the story, then I'll go back and I'll play it on the hardest difficulty to try and get that and break controllers and whatever else. That's the way it should be.
Yeah, I just play on whatever like normal is or default because that's like the intended experience. That's what I plan. I don't give a shit.
I will start it there. I will start it there, but I like having the option to go, drop it down, and then maybe drop it down more. But sometimes it'll be okay. I just need to drop it down to get past this boss. Then I'll put it back up. I've done that before.
What's nice is games that are giving you the ability to modify individual things because maybe it's not hard for you, but it's just the timing is a little hard. So you just the timing and everything else is the same. So that's cool.
Doom the Dark Ages is big on that. Yep. They got lots of sliders in that game, which is cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool because that way you can dumb it down just in the parts where you need it dumbed down.
Are you calling him dumb?
Everything else. That's exactly what I said.
Oh my God, them fighting words.
But you know what I'm saying. Like you can dumb down where you need it, and then leave everything else where it's at, which is cool.
You're the only person courageous enough on this panel or otherwise to call Cerebral stupid, and Cerebral is letting you. So there you go, or dumb.
No, he said he dumbed down the game. Yeah, I know he didn't call me dumb. If anybody called me dumb, that's a whole different fight. I will.
As long as you don't take the original experience that I play, I don't care. Just add whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
If they were like, okay, we're gonna remove this way you played it, we're gonna totally, and you're not even gonna have access to that,
right? Yeah. That's a problem. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I mean,
right. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't ask much from a Souls-like game. I just want a pause button. Like, I just want to be able to pause the goddamn game.
Yeah.
If I am in the middle of a boss battle and then I have to stop the goddamn fight and do something else and then go back to it, I can't. Either I die to this motherfucker.
What I really want is allow me to disable the invasions, because like I'm playing the Souls game that's already incredibly hard to beat and fight the animals and creatures and shit.
And there's some more.
I get invaded by some guy who's been playing the game for 57,000 hours and just comes in
and you know he's sitting in his basement in his underwear.
And the thing is, when they invade you, they're impervious to the damage of all the NPC things. So they freaking. It's just I hate that feature. I wish I could disable the invasions because I'm not used to.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that they're impervious to the.
Oh yeah, when they're in your world, they're impervious to the damage. So what they'll do is they'll try to
that is fucked up. That is
coming into where other things are, or pushing you to where enemies are, because then they know you can't focus on them and the enemies at the same time. It's ridiculous.
And Fabio, I'm no Souls-like expert here, but I would venture to say that if you're playing a Souls-like game, you shouldn't have your girlfriend riding your cock at the same time. I mean, it would be a distraction. So that's probably why you're not that good at the game. So, you may want to tell her to, you can either or, just like say pause, beat the boss, and then go keep going.
Yeah, you tell her to get that BBL out of my face.
Again, I'm no expert in these games, but I'm assuming that it would be doubly as hard especially if your girlfriend's fucking you at the same time. I'm just saying, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. But I don't know.
Yeah, I love Lies of P. I'm definitely looking forward to the DLC. That's for sure. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question. Somebody said this the other day before I got banned, and I was like, hey, maybe this is right. And let me ask you guys this. Is Clair Obscur popular not because it's a RPG that went successful, but it's an RPG of a type that we've never seen? It's a Souls-like RPG. Do y'all agree with that statement?
Is it a Souls? Yeah, is it a Souls-like?
A Souls-like turn-based game.
I mean, it has Souls-like elements, but it's not quite a Souls-like.
Yeah, I can't answer that because I have the game and I haven't played it yet.
For me.
Okay, whoa, what was it? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Let me go with you first, Super, then Paul, then you, Metroid. You were saying?
I was saying it has like elements of Souls, like you have like the things that are essentially the bonfires and things like that. But I mean, I don't think it's quite exactly like a Souls, because in regular Souls likes, like when you die, all your shit gets dropped at that location, all your currency, all your everything, and you've got to go get it back. And if you don't get it back on the next run, that's it. It's gone forever. Mm-hmm. Like things like that are in Souls games aren't really in Clair Obscur. It has some elements though. I wouldn't call it necessarily a Souls-like.
Well, somebody was saying that, and I was listening to his arguments for it, and he was like, basically, what you're saying is like the timing and the parrying is fucking hard in that game. Period. It's like
oh yeah,
it's.
I just dodge. That's all I do.
Me too.
Compared to other Souls games, I don't think it's that bad. Compared to like Sekiro, I don't think it's Sekiro levels of hard.
Yeah, but just Sekiro is not it's not a turn-based game. Like this is about as much of a.
No, but it's a Souls game. And if hold on, if your point was that it's a Souls game because of the parrying, and then
the difficulties,
I'm mentioning a Souls game that has parrying, and I'm saying they're not on the same level. That's all I'm saying. It's hard.
So okay, maybe it doesn't hold a candle to other Souls likes, but it would the reason.
I also don't think that being hard automatically makes something a Souls like.
Oh, you don't think Souls like equates hard?
No, there's obviously that's an element of the formula.
Not every game not every hard game is a Souls-like game.
Right. Like so just being hard doesn't make you a Souls-like.
Okay, so a Metroidvania is a game where you have to backtrack a lot. Okay, what makes a Souls-like game a Souls-like game?
I think it's the elements that like the bonfires, which Clair Obscur shares the bonfires. I don't know.
I mean, the difficulty. Clair Obscur is not that hard of a game.
Difficulty is a big part of it.
It's not hard.
Like I said, And like he said, brother, having to, like, when you die, everything gets dropped and you have to go recollect your shit. To me, that's a big pain.
That's a big pain in the ass. And if you don't get it, like I said, that second time,
then if you die again trying to get to it. And so not only do you lose your shit, but you also lose, like, so a lot of times if you miss it the first time to go collect it, you lose all the stuff that was going to upgrade you and whatever. So basically you're at that point, starting at point
and then
zero.
like the further along you get in the game, also those bonfires or whatever they're called in that particular game seem to get further and further apart, and the maps get more and more convoluted and crazy.
Oh, well, I can see that.
Fall damage. Is there fall damage in Flavors here? I don't think so.
I don't remember it being no, there's no fall damage. I remember like in the beginning intro.
Those games, there's fall damage.
Yeah, in the prologue, there's this one area where you can drop all the way down like 5 stories and it doesn't affect you one iota when you land. So there was no fall damage on that one. So yeah. All right. Anyhow, anyone else have anything else to say about this topic or these topics or anything else to mention or anything that I forgot to talk about? Anybody know?
No, I have the game, but I haven't played it, so I can't really say anything about it.
It's a great game.
Yeah, I do want to play it. Yeah.
All right. Notable announcement, things that were launched this week. So it was a shadow drop and probably one of their better controllers. Xbox released a Witcher 3 10th anniversary. Was it 10th or 20th? How many years has it been? 10 years?
10 for the Witcher 3.
Yeah, 10-year anniversry controller.
I mean,
Witcher.
Wait. We are talking
for Witcher. I meant Witcher for Witcher.
Wait. Aren't you a fucking math teacher with a doctorate and you can't make it 2025
dude, it's an Alabama doctorate, okay? It's just
it's written in crayon, dude.
It's okay, yeah. Come on now. Like the fact that, I'm not that good in math, but I'm good enough to be a PhD here in this state. Okay, it's called job security. All right. Don't try to open
It's got pretty stickers on it.
Exactly.
So, he got 3 gold stars in his class, so they said, okay, you're the one with the doctorate. Whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. You can read. You must be a doctor. Yes.
Yeah. He went to the Scholastic Book Fair one year, and they're like, "Oh, he must have a doctorate."
I mean, like they gave him 3 stars. No, I guess we have a doctor here apparently.
No, I was practicing my English right before the interview, and I was holding the book, Dr. Seuss book, Cat in the Hat. And I walked into the interview and they say, "Oh, you must be a PhD because you can read that." I said, "Yes, I am."
Yes, I fucking am, bitch.
There you go.
Of course, what they don't know is in the blue book, the only part he could ever read was the part that said "see dick," and then he got off.
I really hope that the moment I finish my doctorate, if I get anything wrong in chemistry, I can just say, "Well, I have a doctorate and you don't, bitch."
That's exactly what I say. That's exactly what I say. I'll tell you after we log off, like all the shit that happened because of my doctorate. Trust me, this is like trust me, it doesn't get any, especially if you are not among other doctors. If you are among normal people, you will be shunned.
Yeah. No,
because they're like, "Bitch, who did you operate on?"
And even if you have the title, when they say, "Hey, is there a doctor in the house?" Don't raise your fucking hand, okay?
Actually, this is honestly my dream. I want to see I want to be in a situation where there's going to be a person like having a heart attack, and then, oh my god, is there a doctor there? Oh, whoop. I'm a doctor. How you doing? You want to talk about
I was on a flight one time, and they did actually come on the intercom and say, "Is there a doctor on board?" And I raised my hand, and they're like, "You're a doctor?" I said, "Yes." And they're like, "Okay, can you help? This lady seems not well." I said, "I can't help you. I'm a mathematician. I could only make people feel unwell. I can't cure their unwellness, though." So.
I'm not that kind of doctor, but damn it.
Yeah.
Wize, I got to get going, all right?
Now, we're about to log off anyway, so let's go ahead and...
So to your point, they made a controller. Controller looks cool.
Yeah, the controller looks good. It's a Witcher 3. It's a really good one. I think it's actually one of their best designs. And
I think the Doom the Dark Ages, not the Elite, but the regular one, like the one that you showed me and the one that I got, I think that's one of their best ones. I really like that one.
But this one must come...
It's the only Xbox controller I've ever bought.
But this must be a very close second to it. Did you see it?
No, yeah, but it's mostly black with just the 3 red stripes.
I like the fact that the whole center is a Witcher wolf face, and then it like crackles down. I like the little design of the three. I don't know. I think like ever since I stopped buying physical games, and I just take the money that I would have bought the collector's edition with and buy the LE controller, and I just think that the controllers are a work of art. And I've always had a soft spot for controllers because that is the actual part of the whole gaming experience that you get to physically interact with. So to me, that has been the most important, in my opinion, the most important part of it, because that's where the user interface is. So yeah, and I've always been a big fan for it. So, and I also bought the Death Stranding 2 DualShock DualSense controller as well. So
please tell me that was better than the
no.
The one with the kid and the doggy on it, whatever that the fuck that was, the wolf.
The
God of War controller, man.
Yeah, it's close, but not by much.
PlayStation Special Edition controller game is weak as fuck. It has never been good.
The funny thing was they announced a LE controller for Metaphor Fantasio and for the Xbox, and that shit looks sweet. And I was like, where is the DualSense offering for this? Yeah.
Remember the LE one for the first Spider-Man game? It was literally solid red with a white spider on the touchpad. Thanks, PlayStation. Like, someone got paid to come up with that fucking idea.
I mean, someone got paid at Bungie, and the guy decided to steal the idea from someone else. What are you talking about? What would you prefer? What do you prefer? An asshole with no creativity that does any product, or an asshole with no creativity that steals something?
I can see it now. Somebody hired this guy. What are you? Oh, I can design a concept art. Okay, good. You're hired. Can you design this new game? Oh shit! All right, go.
I just can't imagine someone pitching the idea. Like, I got the idea. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be solid red with a white spider in the middle. Brilliant. Greenlight that shit.
It's come to the point where now, I've gotten every LE controller or every LE DualSense that was tethered to a game, and it's like, okay, well, might as well. I mean, I'm
not interested in every Xbox LE controller, but I'll tell you, they all look better than all of the PlayStation ones.
I would agree. I mean, it was just one of those things.
It's insane that and plus also the thing like Design Lab. Why doesn't PlayStation have a Design Lab?
You would think by now everybody should have a Design Lab. Oh my god, fuck that. Metroid.
Yeah, what's up?
Did you see that shit? Did you see that they opened that new Nintendo store in San Francisco? Did you see that shit? What you could do with the Switch 2? You can go to San Francisco, the store in San Francisco, and custom color your Joy-Cons for the Switch 2. Like they have this little kiosk.
Fucking hyper-different needles. They have to dodge all the feces and hyper-different needles.
That's right. You got to step over the homeless people.
Yeah. You'll listen. You'll catch you'll have a multicolored Switch too.
You better be a fucking running back the NFL to fucking juke through the fucking shit too. Yeah.
Depending on what neighborhood that thing is in, it's probably not. It may not be too bad. Some areas in San Francisco are still pretty nice.
Yeah. I saw it.
Like any city.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
You just might have to punt the occasional head of the homeless person, but
Have any of y'all ever been to San Francisco?
I have a lot. The Shriners Hospital I grew up in was over there.
Okay, so you know where the main trolley track is, right? And you know that big hill that's San Francisco is famous for, whatever, right? So we go on the trolley, right? It's me and my wife at that time, and then my elder was just recently born at that time. And we go to San Francisco just on a day trip like that, just to see the city, and she's never seen it before.
A day trip from Alabama? Holy shit, dude!
Yeah. We went in the morning. We came back in the late night. So
you know he can't count, Paul.
No, literally, we flew out there and we flew back. So it was one of those.
You honestly did a day trip you flew out and flew back the same day from Alabama.
I had to because it was a part of what I do when I went there was my business.
Okay.
Come back, so. Anyhow, a real estate situation. But anyhow, so we would go there and we do our business, and then I take her around the town, and I take her, of course, to the famous trolley stuff, and then we take off when we get off one of these exits, and it's like the main like hill where you can see everything, that San Francisco is famous for. And we make a turn down the side road, and we end up in this one area. And I guess this would be its equivalent to the slums or whatever, because there were people like literally just sitting out there like smoking and like
Haight-Ashbury, dude. You went to Haight-Ashbury. Nice area. That's where the hippies started, man. That's not a nice area.
My wife freaked the fuck. This imagine, okay, this woman is from Hong Kong, right? And she comes to America and she's never seen any of this shit before. And so the first time she's seen this is in the smack dab in the middle of San Francisco in the middle of the fucking day. And she freaks the fuck out. And she thinks that I'm going to get her killed or something like that. She's like, you brought me down this road. You knew what you were going to, you're going to get me killed and you're going to get my kid killed too. You can divorce me. It was like, oh my, what the fuck? What did you start with that? But yeah. She was fun. It was funny. It was like, it was her first experience with drug addicts in the United States, or drug addicts, period. She'd never seen one. And she saw everything, a smorgasbord, if you will, in San Francisco.
You weren't in Chinatown. I'll tell you that much.
No, we weren't in Kansas anymore. Shit. It was fucking hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. But yeah, that was. But now she's like totally different. Now she's a fucking charge nurse, so she'll go to those people. Right? I was like, "What? You know what the fuck you're doing to your body?" You know. So. But anyways, all right. So anyways, that was our show for tonight. So let me go ahead and get everybody else out of here. So let me go ahead and start with Fabio, my man. Thank you for staying around and tell your girlfriend thank you for refraining from sucking your dick for this podcast. So there you go.
How do you know she did?
Okay. Call your wife.
Yeah, he did leave. Yeah.
Okay. Call your wife for a second. Let me thank her. Real quick.
Oh, you must like those toothless blowjobs because she doesn't have any teeth.
Baby, take your dentures out. Okay.
Did you punch your tooth out? Is that what it's telling us?
Tell us where you can find you, sir.
Well, you can find me on Twitter as FBRMarine97. You can find me also on Xbox as BuffaloLizard8. You can find me on the XPN Network YouTube channel and on the KY Bobby show called Game Set Live Podcast.
And tell KY, KY, if you're listening to this, go fuck yourself. You told me you were going to come on here and you're going to bring that little bitch, Drawn TJ. Both of you assholes ain't here, man. Let me get a hold of you motherfuckers. Just wait. Just fucking wait, okay?
We're just going to show up to the show next week just to
you don't fucking wrong no Asian, okay? We got them. We have a red dot in the middle of our women have a red dot in the middle of their forehead for a reason, okay? When that shit goes bright red, you know your shit's in trouble.
I thought that shit was a bullseye.
It's exactly what it is.
No, Wize. When it goes bright red, that's usually a sniper taking aim.
I thought it was like Ultraman. It meant that they shoot running
out
of power.
Oh shit!
It's more of a scratch and sniff sticker. If you scratch it and you smell anything, you need to return it and get a new one. It's spoiled.
Oh Lord!
Fucking popsicle stick jokes.
Damn.
Jim, tell us where we can find you, sir.
Well, you can find me generally on Earth, hopefully. On Twitter's.
Not Uranus?
No, that planet's already been knocked out of the solar system anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also on the Twitters, and that's about it.
If you can log in to Twitter, yeah. You can't.
Yeah. Well, most of us can, so
All right, Cerebral, remind me, my old age being what it is, have I told you to go fuck yourself this evening?
It's not my fault the doctor doesn't know how to use his own shit, so
All right, Lord Metroid, tell us where we can find
as long as you're not because when I was doing tech support for Comcast, I would, I had one guy once on a thing that said doctor, and I said,
"Ew, crapcast."
And so I said, So I said, I called him sir, I think, because out of habit, we just, sir, ma'am. I'm a doctor. Call me doctor. So in my head, I'm like, okay, this guy's an asshole. It's like, Jesus Christ.
I tell folks, they say, why don't you want to be called doctor? I said, because all the doctor tells me is I paid more money than you. That's all it does tell me. And I don't want to be reminded of how much money I paid.
Oh, boy. Well, you can find me here any, Friday night, 6 p.m. and I'm on Twitter and play the game on PSN XBL.
Bitch, you're only playing Return.
Find that motherfucker smuggling pasteles over the border.
Well, hell yeah, pasteles is good shit. Don't be fucking lying. You know it.
Bitch, he's from your fucking home country anyway. Shit, you should know what he's doing. Shit, you're probably the asshole supporting his ass. You're probably the one who's cutting him a check to do it.
He was eating fucking pasteles. That's why he fucking microphone was muted. Yeah.
Shit, your ass ain't that fat for no reason. God damn it, you're smuggling some shit from Puerto Rico.
God damn it.
We got them good plantains, man. What can I tell you?
Shit, plantains and every other motherfucking thing the motherfucker.
Yeah. Good shit.
Yo, Wize never had a pasteles in his life.
Yeah, he should. You like it.
I've been to Puerto Rico 7 times. I've eaten pastels. I've eaten chicken pastels as well. What are you talking about?
No, wait a fucking second. Like, let me just interrupt you there because I need to tell you, Wize, can you get the fuck like the goddamn comments from RPG88 out of the screen? Like, it has been like that for half an hour. I like it. God fucking thank you so much. Like, he highlighted
this New Zealand shit. This New Zealand shit is the next level. I mean, fucking David Faulkner was the fucking this New Zealand shit. I don't know what the fuck they did in the Lord of the Rings, but this bitch ass motherfucker.
Lord of the Rings. Oh my god.
They Gandalf these grapes or some shit.
They be cooking on the Shire.
So they are eating
the best weed in the Shire. The best weed in the Shire.
Yep.
I mean, they are smoking, eating mushrooms, and drinking this shit. Great.
Come on, down. Anyone who's seen the Lord of the Rings know that everyone wanted to be a fucking hobbit. Yes. Yeah, that's what I want to do with my life. There you go. I want to grow a big ass pumpkin and sit on.
It was crazy.
Man. Let me go to my next one. All right, 108, 11, my man. Tell us where we can find you, sir.
You can find me on the Dragons Den. 108 Dragons TV is the channel. Not tomorrow. Got some family shit to do. You can find me here Fridays and sometime Tuesdays with the Retro Renegades if I ain't doing overtime.
What the fuck you got on yourself? When did you get those?
I've been had them. I bought them with my Raw Gala, the first one. These are the Vitcha Pros, XR Pros, glasses.
Oh, okay. I thought those were the Vision Pros.
No, what's on the lenses?
Yeah, what's on the lenses? There's like some chicks or some shit.
You can take them off. See?
There you go.
Those are nice, actually. Are those bands?
They plug into the Raw Gala. You get to see, your cell phone. Right now, I got to plug into my computer. I was updating them. I see y'all on the screen.
Oh, how big of a projection does it give?
120 inches.
Oh, damn, 120.
Really? And is it clear or is it like?
Oh no, this shit is super sharp. These are the sharpest ones on the market.
Nice.
Yeah,
so I was going to ask you about those. So what if I wanted to like push?
No, you could watch. Yes, you can watch Pornhub porn.
No.
Oh hell yeah, that's what's up.
No, I mean, like, if I wanted to be able to like see my chat while I'm streaming, could I put that up in there and so I could?
Yes.
See, that's what I would. That's one of the uses I would have for it.
So does it have?
You can see whatever you want. You can have whatever you want there.
So what is it saying?
Right now, what y'all see, I see on here. It's on my computer too, but I see it up here.
No, does it work as a secondary screen, or is it only good enough? Is it only able to like just parallel?
It's mirroring.
If you use the Spacewalker app, you can have 3 screens up at once.
The Spacewalker app?
That's what it's called. It goes with these headphones. You turn it on your computer. You can put 3 screens side by side, or you can have them on top of each other. You know what I'm saying? In a vertical way.
Okay. But you don't have to have the
Right now I'm just I'm just using regular. But I could put 3 side by side screens and work on 3 separate screens on projects separately, and you just look left or right to each screen like you got 3 monitors.
So I could have the game I'm playing on one screen and my chat on the other screen.
Yes.
I'm wondering if I can do that for the live stream. I'm wondering if I can wear something like that for the live stream that would allow that. That way I can have 3 virtual monitors, if you will.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's what I was fucking with just now.
Is it good for gaming?
Yes, I plug it up to my ROG Ally.
Okay, what about non-ROG Ally, like for your Xbox or your PlayStation or your Switch?
Yep. And it has an external battery that can plug up to your Switch, and it has 2 USB-Cs out, and you could plug up 2 headphones, play on a plane together with somebody who has another set of VR glasses or the Vitya Pros, right? Plug into that battery because it got 1 C in that goes say to the Switch, right?
Right.
Then it got 2 display ports out, USB-C. You just plug this in there, and y'all could be playing a fighting game. He got his glasses, you got your glasses. Shit is dope shit.
Okay, I gotta experiment with that. I've seen those things. I just don't know how.
The Vitya XL Pros. That's what I got.
I've seen, and they're not the only company that does it, but there's another.
Nope, these are the best. These are the best.
I just wanted to wait till one of you guys actually bought it before I sort of
I had it part of my unboxing, and they got built-in speakers too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How are they bone conduction speakers or what?
Huh?
They're bone conduction, right? They vibrate in here, make you hear it, right? There's no
No, they got speakers underneath, like the fucking my what's the names? My Ray-Bans.
How clear are the speakers? Is it like stereo or what is it like?
It's stereo. It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice shit. Nice shit, bro.
How much did it cost you?
$500. Good shit though.
How does that work?
Right now, this shit is so bright and clear, it's ridiculous. And when I take these off, right? Oh shit.
Oh, fuck.
Throw them down.
You see how these are shaded?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is electric. I could turn this shit off and you can see my eyes.
Do it.
Wow.
I don't know how to do it, but I can. Hold on.
He don't know how to do it, but he knows it will.
What the fuck? Do you know how to do it, but you don't know how to?
There you go. You don't see it?
No.
No.
Hold on.
I mean, if you break the lenses, we can see it. That's an option.
You don't have to break it, just pop it out.
Okay, look.
You just get it.
The camera's not picking it up, right?
Right.
But right now, you press this button here. I can see my computer monitor real light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Press it again.
Yeah,
and it goes away.
I see the reflection on the lenses.
Yeah, you can see. You can see. I can see through, and then boom, it gets darker. I don't even need that shade thing. I bought that shit for nothing.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. So, say for example, you wanted to play your Xbox Series X or your PlayStation 5 on it. How would you connect that sucker?
Do the battery thing I told you. It's like a hub.
Okay, so there's a battery thing that you have to carry with you, or what? Is it like?
Hold on, man. Let me just get the shit. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, how does that sort of pan out?
I'm going to show you.
The term we use for people like Wize is a Luddite.
A what? What is a Luddite?
You're right.
It means Luddite means you have no technical skill whatsoever.
I don't have it. I'm like, there is a reason.
It is an actual term. It is Luddite.
It's like troglodyte.
Do you know what my PhD is in? It's in pure mathematics. I
Can we
literally
get
do
to
not
the
deal
outros
with
real quick,
anything
Wize?
applied. I deal with theoretical.
All right, look, check this out. I don't know if you can see this. Let me turn off my virtual background so this shit don't be fucking
trying to do that weird stuff. Yeah.
Right. Let me turn it off. All right. This is a battery. Watch.
Okay.
See?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
These are the USB-Cs.
Okay.
Right? This is the main one in the middle. Right? So you plug up your device.
An HDMI.
And it has an HDMI. Boom.
Yeah, on the left.
Plug up your Xbox right here, and it comes through your glasses over here.
Okay,
And
hold on. You said does your glass have to be connected to that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the battery.
This is a hub and a battery. Like they have a dock that you could plug up to the switch. Take the switch on the go.
I like that. Yeah.
This will power the fucking switch.
I like that. Yeah.
Right? But while the switch is plugged into this, you can USB-C it out.
Right.
Or your cell phone, anything that has USB video out, like this computer,
it
will work.
The glasses, right?
Or if you don't have a USB device, anything HDMI, your Fire Stick, whatever, plugs to this, and you can watch it on two different glasses.
Nice.
The only qualms I have about that is the portability nature of it, in the sense that, like, if I connect to the PlayStation 5 and where I have most people have their PlayStation 5s or Series X's like next to their TV or something like that, and then they sit further back when they watch it.
How about this? You just buy a long HDMI cable.
Yeah, get along your
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought maybe they were like wirelessly sending signals or something to this glass.
No. The lag would be stupid.
Right. The lag would be crazy. This shit is instantaneous. I don't know how you would see this. Like, you see the two screens?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
These shits is big as fuck. Now, let me try to do that see-through thing. Hold on. Maybe I can see it better.
I still can. You know, I can only see
I was able to make out the line across.
All right.
The glass.
Now you should be able to see through the glass.
You can barely. I mean, you have to know.
Barely, because the reflection from the fucking.
Right.
Hold on. Let me do this. Maybe this.
Yeah, we can't really see through it, but when you disable it, you can see the screen through the lenses.
You don't see the reflection right now. Watch this.
Yep.
They're gonna get dark.
You definitely notice the difference. Yeah.
Look, right? And now I can't see through shit. I can't see through it. But
no, he's Ray Charles, baby. No,
right, exactly. Then I go here, and I hit the button, and this shit is crystal, super sharp. It's as good as your real thing, baby.
Now he's now he's Stevie Wonder.
Ain't nothing but the real thing.
It's good shit. Good shit. Like I said, you can plug up your device, HDMI. It can power a switch. You know, it can power a switch.
But as long as the playback is
3 hours.
Can you tell the difference that you're watching this on a virtual screen and not a physical?
No. It looks like you're looking at a monitor. It looks like you're watching TV.
See, that's like all I was waiting to hear.
Is when you move, it moves. Right?
Right.
But if you're sitting on the glasses playing, you can't see it. If somebody was coming to bring you food, you can't see the people unless you do the see-through shit. Which now I can see. I can see my house, and it looks like a virtual screen.
Wise. I gotta go, man.
Okay.
I'll see you guys next week.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Nice weekend, man.
Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry to get you guys out. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nova. Tell us where we can find you.
All right. YouTube, Supernova Gaming, Twitter, Yo It's Nova, and here every 6 p.m. Eastern for Waste with Wise.
Appreciate it, boss, man.
Take it easy, Super. Have a nice weekend.
Boss. Yeah, take care.
Take it easy.
Cerebral, tell us where we can find you, sir.
I don't know.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's so swampy, Florida.
Yeah. You can find me on X, formerly Twitter, Cerebral Paul 1, Twitch at Cerebral Paul. One of the editors for Lords of Gaming, and I also do on Thursdays I do that other thing for GQ TV, and I'm also one of the editors there. Every once in a while, I'm always in the chat on Lemon's show, and if I'm not even on the panel, I'm in the chat causing trouble, talking shit about Sir X-Men most of the time. And on Tuesdays, I'm Retro Renegades.
Cool beans. All right, Metroid, did we go through you yet?
Yeah, you asked me. No one's going through me. Fuck that. You asked me already. Yeah.
No, I don't even know what that means.
All right.
Yeah, you
Fabio,
did.
I ask you?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. And Jim, I asked you. So did we get everybody?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. All right, everybody. So that is our show for tonight. So yeah, you can catch us here every Friday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. And I want to apologize for the lack of ads, but I can't advertise on Twitter because I can't use Twitter. So hopefully that will be fixed. If not, I'll create a new account, I guess. I don't know. Anyhow, so yeah, you can catch us here every Friday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, I just want to thank everybody who showed up in the chat. RPG88, Lesser Logic, Legendary Yobi. Who else? Quite a few people. Hold on, let me scroll. C Stuff, it's obviously. Nelson Gaming. There was another one here. Lesser Logic. I got Retro. Bounty, Real Gamer. Who else? There was another person who was new. I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, RWK88 and Steve Bitko. Thank you guys for showing up. Sir X-Man, thank you as well. Always. Yeah, Doom was supposed to do a show tomorrow, but he did not do. I think something sort of fell through. So yeah, but you can catch him. He has his own YouTube. It will be in the descriptions of this video when you see it to get to his channel. And also thank you to Nate for showing up as well. Yeah, guys, we really appreciate it. I was kind of like on pins and needles today to do this show because I did not have access, so I was kind of scared for anyone for people showing up because I didn't think that nobody would show up. But thank you guys in the chat for showing up because without you guys, we wouldn't even have a show. Oh, and last but not least, triple combo. Yeah. Thank you for showing up. Your ass should have been online, but oh well. Yeah, in case of
Wize, your problem is Elon doesn't use the Indian tech support, so you had no contacts. It's like
wow.
I know he used that shit.
Apparently, the first sign that your ass is about to be deported is that your account gets blocked on Twitter. So it looks like I'm going away for a very long time. Yeah, I guess I got to buy that $5 million.
How's your Spanish?
I'm not going to Spain. I'm going to fucking Dubai if I'm going to be.
No, they're going to send you to the prison and
as long as they don't say
El Salvador.
Yo, I'm out, man. I'm holler at y'all later. I got to take a crap.
I'll take a shit. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. So so I want to thank everyone for showing up, and of course everybody in my panels for showing up. Cozy and Loke were supposed to show up, but they did not. I guess they had other things, or they were not able to get the link or in time, or whatever. They may have had issues with X as well, like I've been having. But anyways, guys, so 6 p.m. Eastern every Friday night. So remember, guys, you can be anywhere, but you've not been anywhere till you first been wasted with Wize.
And you can't, if you're Wize, you can't be on X. So there you go.
Yeah.
Anywhere but there. Anywhere but there. Yeah.
You know the one he's in.
Yeah, I forgot. PlayStation, Xbox. I would say Twitter, but Blue Sky, not because Threads, everything else, Nintendo Switch, whatever. Yeah. And Wise Old Gamer with a Z. So, yep. Have a great night, everybody. And see you next week. So, all right. And we